Good evening and welcome to the sixth football game of the 2018 season for the BASTROP Bears. We are coming to you live from Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex in Georgetown, Texas for tonight's district matchup between the visiting BASTROP Bears and Georgetown Eastview Patriots. Tonight is the third district game of the season for your first-place BASTROP Bears in District 13-5A Division II. I'm your host, Robert Artist, joined by my co-host, John Williams.
Good evening, Robert. We're looking forward to kickoff at 7:30 p.m. for what looks to be a great matchup between the BASTROP Bears and the Georgetown Eastview Patriots, who are 2-3 on the season and 1-1 in district play, tied for third place in the district. BASTROP, on the other hand, is tied for first place in the district with Leander Glenn at 2-0 and with a 4-1 overall record. Tonight's matchup may be looked back on later in the season as a game that had playoff implications, as Georgetown, Eastview, and BASTROP were expected to make the playoffs out of this district. But Leander Glenn has started off fast in their inaugural season and could claim one of the 4 district playoff spots. Last week, the Bears had a great fourth-quarter comeback against Cedar Creek and pulled out a hard-fought win, 29-28. That kept the Bears unbeaten in their history against the somewhat new school and in-school district rival with Cedar Creek. Last week, Georgetown Eastview came up on the short end of their own one-point game in their loss to Brenham, 35-34. So Eastview will be looking to get back in the win column tonight, and they have a very balanced offensive attack with junior quarterback Jackson Colson already throwing for 1,061 yards on the year and 13 touchdowns, and senior running back Zion Hester already with 698 rushing yards this season and 10 touchdowns. We'll talk more in our pregame broadcast about the district scores from last week, the current district standings, and the district matchups this week, but we are halfway through the season, and the Bears are looking like a team that will contend for a playoff spot in this new district. Tonight, the Bears will need to look out for the high-scoring Eastview Patriots, who have scored 21, 44, 70, 38, and 34 in their 5 games. So the Bears will have to figure out a way to slow them down while also getting more production out of their offense, which has seen some dry spells throughout periods of some of their games this season. The weather for tonight's game shows temperatures to be in the high 70s with not a lot of cooling off in those temperatures during the game. But the skies are relatively clear, maybe a few storms in the air that we need to look out for here in Georgetown, but it looks to be another beautiful night under the Friday night lights for some Texas high school football.
John, you brought up the Bears' score from last week, a 29-28 victory over Cedar Creek to go 2-0 in district play. Cedar Creek took a 22-8 lead into the half after scoring on a long 48-yard touchdown pass to the end zone. In the second half, though, the Bears made the necessary adjustments and held the Eagles to just one score. Cedar Creek took a late 28-22 lead, but then BASTROP junior quarterback Desmond Young found Donovan Strong on a 49-yard pass that set up a touchdown run by Jaquay Cretin. And after the extra point, BASTROP took the 29-28 lead with not much time and a long field for Cedar Creek to go back to work. Then a defensive stop by BASTROP late in the game put Young back in the victory formation. BASTROP walked off with a 1-point win. On offense last week, BASTROP was led by quarterback Young, who was 15 for 26 passing for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Bears had their best game of the year so far running the ball, with senior running back Jaquay Cretin going for 199 yards on 29 carries and 2 touchdowns. The leading receiver for the Bears was junior Nathan Blair with 8 catches for 85 yards and also catching one of Young's 2 touchdown passes. On defense last week, the Bears were led by junior linebacker Xavier Williams with 9 tackles and junior defensive back Faison Madison with 8 tackles. Senior defensive end Simeon Thompson had 1 sack and 4 total tackles. I got a chance to speak with Coach Todd Patman here just a few minutes ago. Here's what he had to say about the Eastview Patriots.
We're here with Bears head coach Todd Patman. Coach Patman, first and foremost, congratulations on the big win in the rivalry game last week. Just as, if not more important, we're 2-0 in district play. Tonight we go against Georgetown Eastview, a team that's had our number these past few years. Any trouble getting these guys pumped up for tonight's game?
No, not at all, and that's kind of the nature of our district is you can't celebrate a win that long because the next week's another tough battle, and like you said, we've played these guys the last few years, and they have our numbers, been tight games, and so we got to really be focused and come out and be physical to start.
Zion Hester is obviously the big focus of the game tonight for the defense. The last 2 years, he's been the fastest skill player that we've seen all year. The Patriots also have a pretty good balance this year with a potent passing attack keyed by Devin Little. What do you see from these 2 guys on film?
while, Hester is big time. I'm really surprised he hasn't gotten any offers. Maybe he has, but he is legit. So we're going to have to swarm the ball. A lot of guys have to be around the play. And then the quarterback is very mobile, throws a good ball. Have a tall receiver on the outside, number 22. So our defense will be tested.
Defensively, not a lot of success for the Patriots this year, but they seem to be improving a little bit every week, and this is a defense that can throw teams off their rhythm.
Yes, and they've added some guys back to the lineup. They are an attacking defense. They like to blitz with line stunts, and change their coverages. So I think we got to be patient. Our linemen have to stay on their tracks. We got to run the ball, and our play action has to be on point tonight.
Offensively, Bastrop, we're finding our things that are starting to work a little bit. The focus is usually on the skill players, but last week up in the booth, we really saw Coach Halliburton's offensive line impose their strength, and they looked really fit in the second half against Cedar Creek.
The second half was huge. Our kids didn't panic. They stayed focused, and our O-line took over. And so our running game has got to come out the gate like that tonight. If we can establish the run, it helps our passing game, it helps our quarterback.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for the interview, and we'll be looking forward to tonight's game.
All right, Robert, what stands out to me a lot from that interview with Coach Patman, other than the crisscross song that you hear in the background from the stadium here, was the fact that Zion Hester is going to be a load for the Bastrop Bears defense to handle tonight. Hester, who we've seen the last couple seasons for this Eastview team, can really run the rock, and so linebacking play is going to have to keep him in check tonight. The Bears' opponent this evening is the Georgetown Eastview Patriots, and they are led by head coach Robert Davies and returned 10 starters from last year, 6 on offense and 4 on defense. The Patriots are coming off a tough loss to Brenham last week, losing 35-34. The Patriots took a 31-7 lead into the locker room at the half, but they were only able to manage a field goal in the second half and couldn't keep the Brenham offense off the field that woke up in the second half. The Patriots then gave up the winning drive to Brenham with about a minute left and couldn't recover after that. Like we mentioned earlier, the Patriots have a very balanced offensive attack, and a name that a lot of people are familiar with is that running back we've mentioned, Zion Hester. He's a senior this year. Hester will surely get lots of carries out of the backfield tonight and will look to build on his 698 rushing yards on the year with 10 touchdowns. Patriots junior quarterback Jackson Colson, like we mentioned earlier, has 1,061 yards on the season with 72 of 103 passing, 13 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. The leading receivers for the Patriots this season have been senior Devon Little with 32 catches and 549 yards. That's the tall receiver that Coach Mattman mentioned in his interview. He's also got 6 touchdowns. Then senior receiver Carlos Ochoa has 192 yards on 15 catches and 1 touchdown. Defensively, the Patriots have linebacker Stephon Reyes leading the team in tackles, followed by sophomore defensive back Isaiah Quentin Jackson and senior Christian Cortez. We would expect Eastview to try to get Zion Hester going early in their running game, but the Bears defense will have to be conscious of their passing attack because they have thrown the ball quite a bit so far this season. On offense, the Bears should be able to move the ball on the Eastview defense, and we would expect Bears coach Todd Patman to feed his senior back Jaquay Cretin quite a few times tonight, especially with Cretin coming off his best game of the year last week against Cedar Creek. Cretin is looking like we all have expected coming into this season at this point halfway through the year. For this game tonight, we have a feeling that this could turn into a real shootout, track meet kind of game between these two teams up here in Georgetown.
John, I'll come back with my 3 keys to victory a little bit before kickoff, but first I'd like to run down the District 13 5A Division II scoreboard from last week, the current district standings, and the matchups for this week. Like we mentioned earlier, Bastrop beat Cedar Creek 29-28. Leander Glen beat Pflugerville Weiss 36-6. Elgin won in a shootout 57-50 over Marble Falls. And like we mentioned earlier, Brenham edged Eastview 35-34. That means the district standings coming into this week are Bastrop and Leander Glen are tied for first, both at 2-0. Georgetown, Eastview, Cedar Creek, Brenham, and Elgin are all tied at 1-1 for third place. Then Pflugerville Weiss and Marble Falls are both at 0-2, tied for last. This week, the district matchups are Glen back at Bastrop Memorial Stadium playing Cedar Creek. Brenham is at Marble Falls. Bastrop is on the road here in Georgetown against Eastview, of course. And last night, Elgin played at the field in Pflugerville and beat Pflugerville Weiss 23-0. That actually puts Elgin at 2-1 in district as of now, in third place by themselves before the Friday night games, and keeps Pflugerville Weiss in last place at 0-3. And, John, I should mention, I was talking to one of the coaches out there, Coach McCreary, and he mentioned that if Bastrop wins tonight, they actually will secure a playoff spot, one of the top 4 playoff spots, and because they will hold a tiebreaker over all the 1-1 teams currently. So he's depending on Coach Gaylor for that math, so not entirely too sure about that. No joke. Sorry about that, Coach Gaylor. Just joking, of course. But we'll keep an eye on all those games as well as the scores from other local high school area games tonight throughout our broadcast.
All right, Robert, we are going to break it here and come back shortly with the national anthem and the opening kickoff after these messages. You are listening to Bastrop Bears football here on KMAX Sports, a member of the Vype Media Network.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports. We're here live at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex. We've got about 3 minutes to go before kickoff. They're introducing the captains right now. Looks like the captains walking out on the field into the middle of the field. We'll have our national anthem here in just 1 second after the coin toss. Robert, would you like to go through the 3 keys of the game here for a victory for the Bastrop Bears for tonight?
Well, obviously, number one is the Bears are going to have to stop Zion Hester, and they're also going to have to shut down Devon Little, the very tall wide receiver for the Eastview Patriots. To do so, they're going to need to get pressure to that quarterback. I think the best way to to really shut down Hester is just to keep him off the field. I think they need to sustain, not only do the job defensively, but sustain some nice long runs, nice long drives here to keep the explosive Patriot offense off the field. Number two, I think they also need to pressure. They need to fire off on that offensive line early. You heard in the interview that the offensive line really imposed their will on Cedar Creek last week, and that, to me, that was really the turning point in the game. And I think key number three is just to play with pride. I think that this is a stadium that Bastrop has not had a lot of success in. We haven't had a lot of success against these Georgetown teams. It'd be nice to come up here to Williamson County and get a W.
All right. Thanks for those keys, Robert. About to have the national anthem. The captains for tonight for Bastrop were number 4, Jaquay Cretin, the junior running back. Number 34, the junior linebacker, Tyron Smith. Number 70, the offensive lineman and senior Tyrone Wilson. And Zivon Burnett, number 82, the senior defensive end. And here is your national anthem.
First class, Christopher Cutland. He served in the U.S. Navy for 10 years. His career in the Navy was cut short due to injuries sustained in support of combat operations in Afghanistan shortly after the 9/11 attacks. Working at sea and on land, Petty Officer Cutland was continually recognized for outstanding achievement and dedicated service. After Petty Officer Cutland retired from the U.S. Navy, he continued to coach, teach, and mentor young men and other at-risk youth to reach their goals and strive for success. He is the father of Eastview senior defensive back number 28, Jordan Cutland, and Eastview class of 2016 wide receiver, Landon Amador. Eastview will also pay a special tribute to all our veterans and current servicemen and women in the surrounding area during our Military Appreciation Week on game on the 26th of October at 7:30 p.m. when the Patriots compete against Pflugerville Weiss here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex. Tonight, we also honor those men and women of our armed forces that made the ultimate sacrifice in giving their lives for this great country so that we can enjoy the freedoms stated in the Constitution of the United States. At this time, we ask that all veterans and current servicemen and women supporting both teams to stand and be recognized.
We are here live at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex. We're presenting colors and about to have a moment of silence here.
Please direct your attention to the north end zone as the cadets from Liberty Battalion present the colors for tonight's game, accompanied by the Eastview Fife and Drum Corps.
And here's the presentation of the colors before the national anthem. Everybody is on the field on their feet. And we will have the playing of the national anthem here by the Georgetown Eastview Band in just a few moments.
And John, the Patriot Band has got the tricorn hats on, looking like Patriots, and the fife and the drums and all.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Tris Douglas and Morgan Kramer, the Eastview Choir will now sing our national anthem.
All right, that was the Georgetown Eastview Choir with the singing of the national anthem. We're just moments away from kickoff here in Georgetown. It'll be the Bastrop Bears versus the Georgetown Eastview Patriots. Color guard is making their way off the field.
Quite a show. I have to say that was the strongest of the national anthems that we've heard this year, John.
I believe that's right. Something unusual that we've seen this year with the playing of the national anthems has been pretty much the choirs have been doing it. It has not been the bands. But I believe every game so far it's been a choir. Last week, when I was listening in, I was not actually at the broadcast last week. Coach Robert Dodd filled in for me when I was out of town. But it was a combination of the Bastrop and Cedar Creek choirs that performed the national anthem.
Yeah, and it sounded really nice. And I hate to give the edge to the Eastview Choir, but man, they sounded really nice tonight too. Maybe I'm just amazed by the tricorn hats there, John.
That's right. Well, they are the Patriots, so they got to go with the traditional garb that you would think of as what Patriots would wear.
But John, they're wearing red coats. Did they have? I'm gonna have to check in with the history teachers up here.
Yep.
All right, let's play some football.
All right, so, here comes the kicking team for Eastview. I believe Eastview will be kicking to Bastrop. I'm not positive about that. I'm not able to tell from the coin toss who won the toss and who is electing to receive the kick or defer, but we'll find out momentarily here.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot at stake here. I think you definitely want to shake off any kind of just comfort that you had from beating Cedar Creek last week. I'm sure that everybody took a deep breath, and man, that was such a tight game. And Cedar Creek is such a good team, but you got to get back down to business here. You got to you've got an opponent that you have recently lost against. Your last 3 games you've lost against them. Last season, of course, was a real heartbreaker. And plus, you haven't had a lot of success up here in Georgetown. So, definitely you want to get up here and make something happen. Get on the board early, get the offense moving early. Let's just see if these additions to the Patriot defense have made any difference. Hopefully not. Hopefully the Bastrop Bears can move the ball. Let's get a score on the board here pretty quick.
All right, so Bastrop is going to be kicking off. You hear from our crowd, Mike. We are set up really close to the Georgetown Eastview band, so we'll be conscious of that during the game, not to blare everybody out with our crowd, Mike. But number 43, junior kicker Carlos Martinez for the Bears is going to put his foot into this one at his own 40-yard line. Zion Hester back deep to receive along with number 23, Isaiah Quentin Jackson for Eastview. It's kicked towards Quentin Jackson, who fields it on his own 12-yard line. He's running back towards the middle of the field. He is brought down right there on the 21-yard line. That looked like number 6, Faison Madison with the tackle. Good open field tackle on the kickoff return. And that's where Eastview will start on the first drive of the evening at about the 21-yard line.
Faison Madison been one of the outstanding defensive backs there for Bastrop this season, doing a really good job. He had a couple of interceptions, but man, I tell you, the guy can really make some nice open field tackles. We've seen it all season from him.
All right, so here comes number 12, Jackson Colson, junior quarterback for Eastview. Zion Hester in the backfield with him. A couple receivers out to either side. It's a handoff to Hester. Hester is bottled up, really nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That was number 52, Robert Spurlock, the senior defensive lineman, on the tackle for the Bears, bringing up 2nd and 10. All right, so here's a kind of interesting formation for Colson. He's got several men in the backfield with him. It's a handoff. Not sure who got the ball there. There are 3 men in the backfield with Colson there. Believe that was Hester again. Nowhere really to go. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Logan Gasky doing a really good job of staying at home. There was a fake pass out to the side that was intended to kind of pull the linebacker out of position, but Gasky stayed home and made the play.
So with 3rd and long, it looks like a passing down here for Colson. Hester in the backfield with him. Standing back up, looking back over to the sideline. He's got a couple receivers out to his left. Got kind of an H-back man in the backfield with him. Now he takes the snap. He is passing. He's back to pass. He's throwing, and that is way over the head of intended receiver number 22, Devon Little. So that brings out the punt team on 4th and long for Eastview here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you get a look there at what Eastview is probably going to try to go for this matchup all night long. You got Keelan Hodge out there at left corner, who's also been an outstanding defensive back. But he looks like he gets up quite a bit of height there too Little, so it looks like they're trying to maybe hit Little on that fade route. Probably see that again.
All right, so here's Eastview back to punt. Punter hits a very poor punt. It just pretty much shanks, goes straight out of bounds. Maybe picks up about 15 yards on the punt, but they're going to mark that down at the Eastview 45-yard line where Desmond Young and the Bastrop offense will come take over. So Bastrop certainly won the field position early in the game here with the poor punt and the good defensive stop.
Yeah, Reed Honstein was the punter and kicker last year, and he really put on quite a show here. We were really impressed with him last year, and I was watching him in pregame. The kicking looks great. The punts look great, but every other one. And he was shanking some in practice and warm-up, so that was one of the shanks right there.
All right, so here's Desmond Young with Cretin in the backfield. Young keeps it, goes off to his left. He's got some running room. He's into down to the 30-yard line, easily the first down there. Good run there on first down by Desmond Young. He had a little fake there. Cretin went off to the right. Young kept it and went left and found a hole off of his tackle.
Yeah, Antoine Davis, the right corner there for the Patriots, makes the tackle, and looks like he's down, injured on the play. And a good, auspicious start there for the Bastrop Bears.
All right, so it's going to be a first down, but play is stopped. Number 4 for Eastview is Antoine Mays making his way off the field. Looks like he rolled his ankle a little bit, but he's making his way off on his own power. And Bastrop will use this time to get a little water break here, but now we are back in action. 1st and 10 on the Eastview 31-yard line. Bastrop with the ball.
Ball spotted at the 31-yard line of Eastview. It'll be first down for Bastrop.
All right, so here's Desmond Young going up to his offensive lineman, giving them some direction. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Cretin in the backfield. Young's back to pass. He's going deep.
Wow.
But receiver fell down. That was Nathan Blair, intended receiver. It's incomplete. Receiver fell down, and so did the defensive back for Eastview. Everybody was on the ground when the ball arrived, and it's an incomplete pass, going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like almost like maybe somebody hit Young's arm. It was a really ugly pass, just kind of came out, kind of waddling through, and 2nd down it is.
All right, I'm guessing this is a handoff to Cretan. We'll see. Young with the snap. Young actually keeps it, runs right up the middle, gets a pretty good gain on 2nd down there. He faked it to Cretan, but then pulled it back, kept it, ran up the gut, and picked up about 5 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Ball is on the Eastview 26-yard line, let's call it. Yep, 3rd and 5 on the 26. So here's the first 3rd down play of the night for Bastrop. And Young is back to pass. He's looking towards the end zone. That ball is broken up, incomplete. Intended receiver was number 23, Chris Henderson, the senior receiver for the Bears. Incomplete pass. Patman's got an interesting decision here. I would assume he's going to go for it. It's a little too far to try to kick a field goal. That would be a 43-yarder. Martinez has hit one in the 40-yard range before, but looks like Bastrop will be going for it on 4th and 5 from the Eastview 26-yard line. So here's Desmond Young with Cretan in the backfield. Number 32, Eddie Brown, an H-back position. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Young takes the snap. He's rolling right. He's trying to keep it, and he looks for a 1st down, and he's got it. He runs out of bounds towards the right side, just past the 1st down marker. So move the chains, new set of downs. They're going to spot the ball on about the 20-yard line of Eastview. So right there is a good 3rd down conversion. Young using his legs to get out to the sideline and pick up the 1st.
Yeah, just a design run all the way. Young just trying to get to the outside, letting his block set up and hitting the gap and going for it.
All right, so here's 1st down. Cretan in the backfield. Young's back to pass, throws it to Cretan now out of the backfield. Cretan picks up about 7 yards before he is pushed out of bounds.
Looked like a busted play there for a second.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to hand off to Cretan, but then he pulled it back, and he didn't have any running room, but Cretan was open in the flat. So they just dumped it off to him, and Cretan made something out of nothing, picked up 6 yards. So it's 2nd and 4 on the 13-yard line of Eastview with Bastrop driving. Here's the snap back to Young. Young's going to keep it. He's got running room. He's dicing his way through the Eastview defense, and he's got enough for the 1st down. He's brought down at about the 8, so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Bears on the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Young just kind of running left and then cutting back to the right, picking up an extra couple of yards. Referee's taking a little bit of time to spot this.
Well, we've said it that the Eastview defense is going to be prone to giving up some running yards. So far, we have seen that. Young being the main ball carrier so far out of the quarterback position tonight. As a matter of fact, I don't think Cretan even has a rushing attempt yet. His first time he touched it was on the pass play.
All right, so there's an offside on the defense there, and Bastrop Bears is going to go ahead and decline that one. It's going to bring up 1st and goal for Bastrop.
Yep. So this will be 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. Young looking over to the sideline, now goes up to his offensive lineman. Cretan in the backfield with him, 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver out to the left. And that's a handoff to Cretan. Cretan bounces his way to the left, but he is brought down. Looks like number 38 for Eastview. That was on the tackle, Christian Cortez, the senior. Cretan picked up maybe a yard. So it is still goal to go from the 7-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, Cortez is the name that I remember calling out the last couple of years. He's a very active kind of linebacker position here for the Patriots.
All right, so here's Young, takes the snap. Young's looking left, and he's going to run left, down to the 10, down to the 5. Bounces off a tackler, but could not quite get into the end zone. He's going to be about 3 yards short. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. Interesting play call here for Patman. You got to wonder if maybe Patman is thinking that he's got 2 plays to get in, won't settle for a field goal here this close to the goal line.
Young just lowering his shoulder and going head-to-head with Reed Honstein, the cornerback there.
All right, so here's 3rd and goal from the 3. Snap back. Young keeps it. I think he just fumbled, Robert. I'm not sure he got in before he fumbled. I don't see a touchdown indication from the referees.
I thought he just came up short and just kind of fell on his back. I did see the ball loose there for a second, but
yeah,
right.
It's going to bring up fourth down. They say if he did fumble, he recovered it, but it is 4th and inches. He did not get in. And it looks like Coach Patman is going to go for it here. I do not see the field goal unit heading out on the field. This might be a time where it's going to be a timeout because they're kind of slow to get up to the line. There's 16 left on the play clock. But here they are. It looks like they're going to snap it. Cretin in the pistol formation with Young. Young hands off to Cretin. Cretin dives in. That is a touchdown. He's in. That's a touchdown. He fumbled. He jumped over everybody. He fumbled after he got in the end zone. The touchdown indication is there. He crossed the goal line before he fumbled it. So that is a touchdown for the Bears. Cretin was pretty athletic there on that play to dive over the offensive lineman and get in for the score.
Awesome leap there. Cretin showing his athleticism. He gets hit by one of the defensive linemen as it goes. Kind of does a helicopter spin. It's a pretty sweet touchdown.
All right, so here is Carlos Martinez on for the extra point. Snaps down, the kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 6:38 to go in the first quarter, Bastrop is up 7-0 over Eastview. You're listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org. KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
Bears football on KMAX Sports, 6:38 to go in the first quarter. Bears with a touchdown drive to start this game. It was a short field that they were working with. They got the ball on the 45-yard line of Eastview on a bad punt after a defensive stop. And then good running plays by Desmond Young on keepers, and then Cretin with the half-yard run there to punch it in on 4th down and 4th and goal. Here is the kickoff. It's a short kick fielded at the 25-yard line. And there's some running room there. Bears need to make a tackle. Yeah, there was a hole that was wide open there, but the Bears do make the tackle, but it's not before number 24. That was Carlos Ochoa, the senior for Eastview, getting all the way up to his own 35-yard line. But a good defensive play there by the Bears kickoff return team. And here is the second drive of the night for Eastview. And here's Colson. Hands off to Hester. Hester's got no running room. That's going to be a loss of probably 3 or 4 yards on first down. There were several Bears defenders in the backfield when that handoff took place, and Hester had nowhere to go.
Yeah, the Bastrop defensive line just caved in the Patriot offensive line there. It looked like a tsunami there, man. It just pushed them back and rolled over them.
All right, so here's Colson in the shotgun. Hester to his left. A couple receivers off to either side. Here's the snap back to Colson. Colson's back to pass. Now he's scrambling, and he is brought down as a sack. That was Zevon Burnett, number 82, the big defensive end for the Bears with a sack. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
There's that pressure that we said that the Bears are going to need tonight if they're going to have to, they're going to have to keep the pressure on the QB to limit this explosive offense.
Another passing down for Colson on 3rd and long. Sends a man out in motion. That's Hester out in the flat. But Hester is bottled up and brought down. Wow. Big stop again.
Tyron Smith.
We got a flag, though, Robert. I think we might have a late hit in the backfield after Hester was down. I believe that's on number 15, Tyson Tarver, who kind of got a late hit in on Hester. That's unfortunate because that's going to be an automatic first down for Eastview.
Yeah, real unfortunate, too, because Tyron made a great open field tackle. Zion was putting a move on him. Tyron wasn't having it and really just made a beautiful fundamental tackle there, open field tackle.
Yep. So that's going to be a first down. They're going to walk in that ball all the way up to about the 40-yard line, 41-yard line of the Patriots. All right, so 1st and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line for the Patriots. Colson back in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Hester. Now throws it out to the left. Got a man open. And that's enough for a first down into Bears territory. That was number 22, Devon Little, their big receiver. That caught a pass, got a block, and then got out to the sideline and got enough for the first down. The ball is going to be spotted at the Bastrop 49-yard line. Colson going fast, takes the snap, throws out right. And that man is brought down after a 3-yard gain. Quick little hitch pass out to the right side, number 5, Kobe Cavanaugh for Eastview with the catch. Colson's going fast again, ready to snap it. Hand it off to Hester. Hester's got a little bit of running room and a missed tackle, and he is well into Bastrop territory with another first down. He's going to be brought down at the Bastrop 33-yard line, but like we said, enough for the first down.
Yeah, we think of Hester as a speedster, but he showed his strength there, ran over a couple guys.
Colson going fast again, taking the snap. Handoff, nope. Yep, handoff to Hester. He faked us out. Got about 4 yards there before he's brought down. Eastview's really running these plays quickly. They're back in it again, trying to go up-tempo. Here's Colson again with the snap. Throws out to the left. Got a man in the flat that's open, but, missed tackle before he's finally brought down. Could have brought him down for a loss. Ended up evading that tackle and picks up close to the first down, but he's going to be a yard short. It's going to be got 3rd and 1. Ball is going to be at the 25-yard line. Eastview's going fast again. Colson snaps it, hands off to Hester. Hester's got running room. He's down to the 20-yard line before he's stopped. In on that tackle was Yvonne Burnett, defensive end again. So reset the chains. Ball's on the 20-yard line. Now Eastview's taking a little bit of a break. They're really running these plays quickly, Robert.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to catch your breath.
All right, so here's Colson. Hester in the backfield with him. Now they're kind of putting their hands on their hips, looking over to the sideline, calling out another play, slowing things down a little bit. Getting back in a set with 2 receivers out to either side. Colson takes the snap, looks left, throws to the end zone. He's got a man open. That's a touchdown.
Easy 6 there. One of the guys we say they're going to need to watch is Devon Little, and Devon has just been open on that left side. I'm not sure what the Bastrop defense was doing there because Madison's not able to get over in time. Looks like they got him pulled too far to the left. I know the coaching staff said at the beginning of the game, Devon Little, we need to stop Hester and we need to stop Little. Well, you're not going to stop it with nobody covering him there.
All right, so here's the point after attempt. Snaps down, kick is up, and that kick is good. So with 3:46 to go in the first quarter, it's a tie game. Bears 7, Patriots 7. Bears football on KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Bears football on KMAX Sports scores 7-7, 3:46 to go in the first quarter. We were talking at the break here. The thing that kept that drive alive was a bad penalty there by the Bears. They had them stopped on way into their own territory. The punt team was coming out on the field, but a personal foul, 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down kept that drive alive, and Eastview really had the pace going quickly after that. Had the Bastrop defense on their heels. So here is number 32, Mark Rodriguez. I'm sorry, that's 33, Reed Honstein with the kick. It's a short kick. It's fielded at the 15-yard line by Jaquay Cretin. He's moving into the middle of the field now, up to the 20, now up to the 25, before he is still on his feet, and he's getting all the way up to the 32-yard line. Good return there by Cretin. Fielded that ball on the left side of the field, took it towards the middle, and then ended up all the way over at the numbers on the right before he's brought down at the 31-yard line, where Desmond Young and the Bastrop offense will come out for the second time tonight. First time tonight, they had a 45-yard touchdown drive. And it looks like there's going to be some yardage tacked on at the end of that kick. Penalty by Eastview, so that's going to bring it up to the 36-yard line, where Desmond Young and the offense will start their second drive of the night.
Yeah, John, like you said, that's the first big mental mistake from Tyson Tarver there of the night for the Bears. Just that late hit just really gave the Eastview Patriots new life. Let's see if the offense can respond.
All right, so here's Desmond Young with Jaquay Cretin in the backfield. Young's rolling left, looking to pass. He's got a man open. It's caught. That is number 32, Eddie Brown, out of the kind of H-back position with that. He didn't have enough for the first down, but he's got about 5 yards there on that first down catch. We're going to call it 2nd and 5 on the 41-yard line. So good first down play. Bring up 2nd and 5. Jaquay Cretin in the backfield. A couple receivers out to the left. It's a handoff to Cretin. Cretin's got a little bit of running room, getting close to the first down before he is brought down by number 38. That was Christian Cortez with the tackle there. Cretin is just short of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 right at the 45-yard line of the Bears. Big third down play coming up here.
Yeah, you need to get this one here. You don't want to have to go for it or even have to think about going for it on a 4th and short here deep in your in your own territory.
I think I'd just hand it off to Cretin here if I were the Bears. And actually they're going to keep it. And they've got the first down. Running room for Young. He's into Eastview territory. He's still on his feet, down to the 20, down to the 15 before he is brought down. So they faked the handoff to Cretin like we all thought he was going to on that 3rd and 1 play, and he bounced to the outside and was well into the backfield of Eastview. It took 3 of them to bring him down all the way to the 15-yard line.
Nice play there. Yeah, nice play setting it up. Cretin takes the fake in the middle, and they just loaded up on it.
All right, so here's Young again. This time he hands off to Cretin. Cretin with a little bit of running room all the way down to the 10, so picks up about 5 yards on first down. Having a lot of success running the ball tonight so far for the Bears. All right, so 2nd and 5. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Cretin in the backfield again. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 receiver out to the left. Eddie Brown in an H-back position for the Bears. Young keeps it out to the right side. Does he have enough for the first down? I don't think so. He's going to be brought down a little bit short. They kind of pushed him and forced him out to the sideline, brought him down still in bounds right outside of the numbers towards the right sideline. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. And let's say that ball is spotted at about the 7-yard line. So he's got the 6-yard line to gain to get the first. So another big third down play on this drive. Bastrop going fast. Hands off to Cretin. Cretin with running room. He's got enough for the first. Just hold on to the ball there. Got down to about the 4-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. Clock moving with 1:08 to go in the first quarter. So good push by the offensive line of the Bears, getting everything out in front of them. It's been easy for the rushing plays to get 3 or 4 yards before there's anybody around the running back. All right, so here is a keeper by Young. He lunges forward after he faked the handoff. He didn't quite get in for the touchdown, but it's going to be 2nd and goal on about the half-yard line. I think if I were the Bears, I'd give it to Cretin again, let him just go Superman over the offensive line just like they did last time.
Sure, definitely. And ball's now on the right hash. You know, you kind of I suspect Bastrop might go to the wide side of the field here, try to use that speed.
All right, so here's the handoff. Cretin was bottled up. He didn't get a chance to dive over the offensive line. They had men in the backfield right at the snap, and they lost a couple yards. That's unfortunate on 2nd down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 now, or 3rd and goal from the 3, and that was the last play of the first quarter. So with zeros on the scoreboard at the end of the first quarter, it's 7-7. We're going to take a little bit of break here while players go to the sideline and they switch the field. You are listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports.
KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
Purchase a copy of this or any KMAC broadcast for personal use, and portions of the proceeds go to your school. Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmacsports.com. That's info@kmacsports.com. We can even do some editing for you for a small fee. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up. info@kmacsports.com. Bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAC Sports.
Bears football on KMAX Sports. Start of the second quarter. Patriots 7, Bears 7. Bears driving. Ball is 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. And we'll see what kind of play Patman is going to dial up here.
Yeah, and I was just saying, John, the Eastview defense is pretty porous, but I'll tell you what, once you get down into the red zone here, they tend to stiffen up.
All right, so one wide receiver out way wide to the left. Other receiver out to the right. 3 men in the backfield with Young. Young hands off to Cretan. Cretan's not in. He didn't make it. He's going to get down and stopped at about the 2-yard line. Coach Patman's got a decision to make here if he's going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 2 or if he's going to kick the field goal. I do not see the field goal unit rushing out onto the field to try to get this kickoff on 4th down. So it looks like they're going for it. Play clock's down to about 22 seconds now. Still getting the play in.
Bastrop choosing to go into the interior of the line these last 3 plays, and like I said, Eastview's just really stacking it up there. Let's see if they decide to use some of this space out to the left.
All right, play clock's down to 6, down to 5, and Bastrop's going to have to take a timeout. I figured that was in the cards there when they were having trouble getting their play in. Robert's got some first half scores to go through on the Taco Shack scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. We just saw that Glenn is up 7-0 over Cedar Creek. As we mentioned earlier, that game is at Bastrop Memorial Stadium. Brenham is up 7-0 over Marble Falls. That's with about 5 minutes to go there in the first quarter. As we mentioned also earlier in the pregame show, Elgin wins last night. That was a final 23-0 over Weiss. Some other games of interest going on. Connolly up 18-13 over Pflugerville High School. Charles Taylor over PHS getting his first taste of the big rivalry there. Cedar Park over 17-3 over Georgetown. That's with about 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Neither of those teams I have much love for. Maybe a little bit less for Georgetown, but battle there in that district.
All right, so after the timeout, the Bears are back on the field. Eddie Brown's in the backfield with Young. They've got 2 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Sends the H-back man in motion. It's the handoff to Young. Young's looking to keep it himself, looking to get in, and I don't think he made it, Robert. I think he got stopped. He's short. He got stopped at about the 1-yard line, so that's a turnover on downs deep into Eastview territory. Big stop by the Eastview Patriots defense on the goal line for the 4th down play.
Yeah, Bastrop choosing not to go to the wide side of the field that time, just trying to kind of power it in there and seeing if they can establish that line of scrimmage. But Eastview has an answer for it there. That front 7, something happens to those guys once you get down within that 20-yard line is what we have seen thus far tonight. They really something just seems to click in their brain, and they're really hard to get through at this point.
All right, so here's the Bears defense back on the field. Colson is 3 steps back in his end zone, taking this snap, hands it off to Hester. Hester's got running room. He's way up. He's got plenty of running room. He might just go for the entire distance here. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. I don't think they're going to catch him. 20, 10, 5 touchdown. 99-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester.
Wow. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. I saw a couple of really very, very severe holds on that play. The defensive line was just completely wrapped up by a couple of those offensive linemen, and that opened up the hole for Hester. And once that guy gets open, out in the open, it's off to the races with him.
Yeah, he was in the secondary of the Bears defense pretty quickly, and then he just bounced it out to the left side, ran down the sidelines. No one was going to catch him. And here's the snap. Kicks up, and that kick is good. So, wow, just like that with 10:55 to go in the second quarter, it is Eastview 14, Bears 7. You're listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org.
Bears football on KMAX Sports, 10:55 to go in the second quarter. Eastview with a 14-7 lead after a 99-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester, the senior running back for Eastview. Eastview kicks off now to the Bears. Bears are going to let this go and just take a touchback. Oh, no, he's taking it out. Robert, he took it out of the end zone.
Yeah, very deep in the end zone,
too. Oh, my gosh. So, at least he got some positive yardage. He got it up to about the 13-yard line, but I have a feeling that was that Nathan Blair who came out of the end zone with that?
Yes, I believe it was.
I believe Coach Patman might have a word to say to him when he gets back over to the sideline. You get the ball on the 25 if you just take a knee there in the end zone. That was a darn good kick by number 33, Reed Honstein.
Yeah, Honstein has a great leg. We've seen that the last couple of years. He looks almost like a college kicker out there, the way he puts it into the end zone. And, he's a very, very good kicker. But so Bastrop will be starting a little bit deeper than they should be.
All right, so here's Young with the snap, rolling left. First down. He's eluding a couple tacklers, gets out to the sideline, but doesn't get much positive yardage. He had a man in the backfield with him. But it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Ball is going to be placed on about the 13-yard line.
Bastrop really needs to respond here. That's the kind of play that can really just take the wind out of your sails. And man, Bastrop was just rolling there, and it just got to go back to that Tarver penalty, man. They just have not seemed to be on the right track since.
All right, so here's Young, 2nd and 9. Young's passing. He's got a man open, but that is in and out of the hands. Thrown a little bit behind Nathan Blair. Actually, that was 23, Chris Henderson.
Yeah, pretty spooky play there. There was a couple of Eastview defenders in the area, and luckily Young kind of threw it behind them. Otherwise, there wasn't anybody there, and pick 6 right now would be absolutely devastating.
All right, so it's 3rd and 9, ball on the 13-yard line. Clock stopped with 10:39 to go in the second quarter. Young taking the snap. He's back to pass. He's got time, but now he breaks out of the pocket and is wrapped up back close to the line of scrimmage. He couldn't find a receiver open, so on a 3rd and long play, the punt team deep in their own territory is coming out on the field for Bastrop. So they could not get a first down on that drive, and with a 7-point deficit, they're going to be punting away. This punt is going to be hit about 3 steps back into their own end zone. return man for Eastview is standing at his own 45-yard line, at the Bastrop 45-yard line. So here's the punt. It's a decent punt, and it is over the head of the return man for Eastview and gets a good roll into Eastview territory. That was about that was about as good as Bastrop could hope for on special teams play there. Ball going to be spotted at the 40-yard line of Eastview. So good punt, good roll. Good thing that there was not a return there, and Bastrop defense is going to have to clamp down now.
Yeah, and you hope that they're going to be able to fight off these blocks. I know it's kind of hard to see it down on the field. It's a little bit easier to see it up here in the booth, but man, there was two really, really blatant holds there from the Eastview offensive line, and that really opened up the hole for Hester. And all Hester needs is just a little bit of space.
All right, so here's Colson. Hester in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Hester. Stopped there. That's number 33 at the line of scrimmage. Logan Gasky, the junior linebacker for the Bears, who stops Hester right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Good play there by the Bears defense on first down. And Eastview's going fast again. Now they take a little break. Look over to the sideline. Get another play in. Colson goes up to the line of scrimmage, marks some orders at his offensive lineman. Now he's ready for the snap. Takes it. Hand off to Hester. Hester is stopped again. That was 33 again. Logan Gasky with the tackle. Short gain, about 1.5 yards, so it's going to bring up 3rd, and let's call it 8. Ball on the 42-yard line. Big 3rd down here for the Bears defense. If they can get a stop here and get off the field.
Devon Little in a one-on-one out here on the left. I'm sure they're looking for him.
It's a likely passing down for Eastview on 3rd and long. Devon Little is a big receiver out there on the left side. A couple receivers out to either side. Colson's looking to pass. He's bottled up. He is sacked. Big play by the defensive lineman. Several in on the tackles. Yvonne Burnett, I see coming in off that pile. Number 44, Simeon Thompson, the other defensive end. They kind of met at the quarterback spot, and that is 4th and long. Punt team coming out for Eastview.
Yeah, John, they actually forced him upfield, and he stepped right into the loving arms of Xavier Williams there, the other linebacker for the Bears, and Xavier makes the tackle. Like you said, all 3 of them just kind of converge on him there.
Tyson Tarver back to receive this punt. He is standing on his own 25-yard line. High snap to the punter, but he gets off a decent punt. Tarver's just going to let that go. They get a bounce, get a pretty good Eastview bounce. That's going to roll all the way down to about the 8-yard line. So pretty good punt there. So we've seen Hunstein kick it twice out of the punter position. Once was a shank, and the other one was a beauty.
Yeah, like I said, that's what we saw during warm-up. In warm-up, he would hit these just beautiful punts, and then the next one, it would just look like one of the worst that you've ever seen. And that one was not particularly pretty, but he hits kind of the corner there of the field and does a pretty good job to the angle that he kicked it. It doesn't go out of bounds and just continue to roll and roll. It probably got a good 15 extra yards out of that roll. Bastrop's going to be starting late, very, very deep in their own territory. Bastrop offense is going to have to be taking the ball here on about, call it their own 13-yard line.
Yep, so with 7:47 to go, deep in their own territory and down by 7, Young takes the snap, hands it off to Cretan. Cretan's trying to find running room outside to the left. Did not find it and actually lost a couple yards. So early on in this game, Bastrop was having a lot of success running the ball. In the last couple drives, they have not had that same success. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Clock moving with 7:25 to go. 14-7 lead for the Eastview Patriots over the Bears.
Now, Bears are going to have to get the passing game going here at some point.
All right, here's a keeper by Young. Fake the handoff to Cretan. Not much running room. Picks up maybe a yard, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage where this drive started. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line. And like you said, Robert, this is a passing down for the Bears. See if they can find a man open close to the first down marker.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, deep in your own territory. And, like I said, Eastview's really loading up the line there, though this time looks like they've only got 5 in the box.
All right, so here's the snap back to Young. Young's going to keep it again. This time he is running to his right. Does not have enough for the first down. And Young is slow to get up.
Yeah, Eastview only had 5 in the box that time, and I guess it's Bastrop just choosing kind of to not go at the interior of the line whenever they've got the numbers up in that situation. And Young kind of comes out and tries to get to the wide side of the field, tries to cut it upfield, but like we've seen in a few games earlier this year, whenever Young tries to run it a lot and tries to take on these defenders one-on-one, he has a tendency to kind of get a little bit of a nagging injury there on his ankle, and that's just what happened there.
All right, so here's the punt. Not a great punt. It's going to be fair catch. By Isaiah Quentin Jackson. There's some extracurricular shoving in the backfield of after the punt.
Well, I would suspect that there should be a penalty on the return man. Is that he called for a fair catch and then he started upfield with it. Like you said, John, there was some pushing and shoving there on the other end of the field. See what the call is.
I'm not sure we're going to have a call. We're trying to pick it up on our crowd mic.
On the reception, receiver indicated fair catch, and he ran with the ball. That means delay of the game, 5-yard penalty.
Well, there you go, Robert. You called it. The receiver called a fair catch, and he kept running with it. So a 5-yard penalty for Eastview brings them back to the 50-yard line, right at the middle of the field is where they're going to spot that. 5:38 to go in the second quarter. Eastview with the ball and a 14-7 lead right at midfield. Bastrop's defense needs to have a similar type of performance that they had on the last drive. Colson with the snap, looking right, rolling right. Throws a pass that is caught. I believe he's out of bounds. Are they saying he caught that? Surely he jumped out of bounds after he caught that.
He looked to me like he maybe got a foot down in bounds, but there was a huge hold on Zevin Burnett right in front of the official there, and Zevin had a chance to close down on the quarterback and just got grabbed. Wow.
All right, first and goal. Ball on the Bastrop 38-yard line after that pass. Pass out to the sideline there on a little out pattern. Made a leaping grab, evidently got a foot in. Here's Colson with the snap. Keeps it, throws left. Got Little open. Little is forced out of bounds, but not before he picks up a first down on the left side of the field. We'll see where they spot it after he was tiptoeing the sidelines. They're going to call him down at about the 26. Eastview's looking to go fast again. Bastrop's defense is going to have to be ready. So here's Colson with Hester in his backfield. Hands off to Hester. Hester's bottled up there, but not before he picks up about 3 yards. Cole Tidwell with the tackle for the Bears.
Yes, second down here, 2nd and 8. You Bears definitely want to get a no positive yardage on this play.
All right, so here's a 2nd and 8 play, man in motion from the left to right. Hand off to Hester. Hester's got a little bit of running room, not enough for the first down. He's going to be brought down at about the 20-yard line. He's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from, well, actually, they're spotting him at the 21-yard line. So let's call that more like 3rd and 5 from the 24. Colson and Hester and all the offensive linemen, hands on the hips, looking over to the sideline for the next play. They're not going quite as fast as they were that earlier drive. But Colson's ready for the snap now. Takes it, hands it off to Hester. Hester's got running room. I don't know if he's got enough for the first down. It's going to be really close. He does not. He's about a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th and 1 from the 20, actually 17-yard line. They're going for it. It's a keeper by Hester. It's a direct snap to him on kind of a wildcat play there, and he's got enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10. That ball is going to be at the 14-yard line. Clock stopped for a second while they reset the chains, but now it's moving with 3:50 to go in the second quarter. And now we've got a whistle.
I think we got a timeout here.
We do. We'd have a timeout, Eastview. So with 3:46 to go before halftime, it is Eastview Patriots 14 with the ball driving, Bears 7. You're listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit austinpetsalive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Bears football on KMAX Sports, 14-7. Eastview Patriots over the Bears. Eastview with the ball driving. They've got 1st and 10 on the 13. Bears defense needs to come up with a stop here, at least hold them to a field goal. Snap back to Colson on 1st down. He's looking left to pass. He's throwing towards the end zone. He's got a man open. That's caught. Touchdown. That's a touchdown. That's the Little, their big receiver on the left side. Found a little spot there in the end zone. That is a touchdown.
Yeah, it's and it really wasn't. You would think that might be a height advantage thing, there, but Little just went up and got it, and there was 2 Bear defenders in the area. They just didn't turn around and make a play on it. It looked like they had a chance that they were in position to make a play on it, but they just fall short.
All right, so here's Hohenstein on to kick the extra point. Snap's down. Oh, no, snap is not down. They fumble the snap. They're throwing it to the end zone. That's all they could do is the holder, number 24, Carlos Ochoa, just had it go over his head. He could just do nothing but pick it up. He threw it towards the end zone. The BASTROP defenders kind of knocked it to the turf. So it is 20-7 after the failed extra point attempt here late in the first half. There is 3:41 to go. And the Bears will get the ball back. We'll keep it here rather than go to commercial break at this point.
Yeah, and we'll see if Young comes back out at quarterback on that last drive. He kind of hobbled off, and like I said, it was kind of a familiar-looking injury that he's run into a few times this year, just kind of trying to be a physical runner, which unfortunately he's not. He's kind of more of a speed guy. He's a guy you want to get to the outside, but he's a tough kid. He wants to compete. He wants to go at these guys. But hopefully he's going to be back out on the field. If not, then we will see one of our very capable backups. Thus far, it's been Romello Flores Giles. He's done a pretty good job. We'll have to see. Bears are definitely going to need, with 3:41 to go here, need to drive this ball down, get another score, stay in this thing.
All right, so here's Hohenstein on the field to kick it off for Eastview. Couple men deep, standing on their own 10 to receive it for the Bears. And here's the kick. And they're going to let this one go into the back of the end zone. And so the Bears will get this ball on the 25-yard line with about 3.5 minutes to go before the half to try to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and they need to sustain the drive. One of my keys to victory was to, one of the tricks is you just need to keep Zion Hester off the field. That is an explosive offense, of course, and as we know now, Devon Little has a couple touchdowns. You got to keep these guys off the field. You need to get a nice sustained drive. You want to put together some plays, get some first downs. 3 and out is not acceptable for the Bears at this time.
All right, so here's Desmond Young. It looks like he's got some tape on his ankle, but he is back out on the field. Jaquay Cretin in the backfield with him. A couple receivers out to either side. Young's looking to his left to pass, but he's got no one open. Now he's scrambling. Now he just gets rid of it. And it's an incomplete pass. He just kind of had to throw it away there before Eastview tacklers were bearing down on him. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, Chris Henderson was the intended receiver, and Young's has got some receivers that are open, but they're just not open long, and it's just taking a little bit of time for him to kind of check off on the receivers and find one of these guys. Eastview's doing a good job of if they've got a guy open, they close it down pretty quick.
All right, so here's Young taking the snap. He's looking to pass. He does. That ball is caught. That man is open and into Eastview territory. Wow, on a quick slant there. Didn't see the number. Robert, did you see who that was? That was Donovan Strong on the slant and took it all the way into Eastview territory. Great second down play there. Love seeing those slants there by Desmond Young. When he gets those in rhythm with his receiver, it turns into big plays, and that one was.
Well, and that was a nice play, too. It just developed real quick and didn't have to think about it. Just hit the guy on the slant and go.
All right, so here is another pass play out to the left. Man is open. It's caught, and he's looking for some running room, getting close to the first down. That was Donovan Strong, number 12, out on the left side. Not quite enough for the first down, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Ball is going to be spotted at the 33-yard line. Let's call it 34-yard line of Eastview. 2:58 to go.
Bastrop offense finding some rhythm now.
All right, clock moving. Desmond Young got a couple receivers out to his right, one out to his left. Young back to pass again. Oh. Pass play over the head of number 23, Chris Henderson. Man, Henderson was tackled by that defensive back. Now, I'm guessing the officials are thinking that was too far over his head to be a catchable pass, but Henderson was basically just taken down to the turf during the middle of that pass play.
Yeah, and it's hard to say if a ball is catchable or not if the guy is literally just wrestled to the ground as the ball is leaving the quarterback's hands.
All right, so here's 3rd and 1. Snap back to Young, hands it off to Cretin. Cretin's got easily enough for the first down and more. Gets it all the way down to the 27-yard line. So Bears are driving here. Clock stops momentarily while they reset the chains. Now it's moving again. 2:30 to go before halftime. Bears got plenty of time. They don't need to be in any hurry here.
Yeah, and I think you probably want to have this drive if you can. Of course, you want to score on it, but if this drive takes up any time and keeps that Patriot offense off the field, not a bad thing.
All right, so here's Young with the snap. Keeps it, looking to pass. Looking to the middle field. Man open. That is a touchdown, Nathan Blair.
Yes.
Wow. Skinny post. Woo! To Nathan Blair. Touchdown.
Love that skinny post. Yeah, but
there is a flag on the play, though. Uh-oh. We're going to have to see what the call is.
It would just be absurd if they called holding.
Oh, no. Offensive lineman, number 68, as an ineligible man downfield. Oh, my gosh. Wow. All right. One of the linemen got too far downfield.
Yeah, I don't even see a 68 on our roster.
No, I don't either.
Well, that's a shame. That's a really strange call too in this day and age with the way that offenses are. An ineligible man downfield is, it's almost a subjective call, to be honest, because at what point do you say, the lineman is downfield, and at what point is he just down there blocking? So, oh well.
All right. Well. Now it is 1st and 15, ball on the 32-yard line. Take away that touchdown, take the points off the board. Still with 2:04 to go before halftime. Young takes the snap, looks to pass again, avoids his tackler, just keeps it, and
take a hard hit.
Young is going to have to figure out a way to stop taking some of these licks. He bounces up, and he looks like he's okay. There is a flag down on the near side of the field here near us in the press box.
I tell you, John, they may call targeting here.
We're going to have to see. That's a personal foul on the defense. Wow. Okay, so that's fortunate for the Bears. They're tacking 15 yards on.
And I'm not sure if that was the tackler. It looked like he was just going. There was no really intent to play the body there. It was just kind of a helmet-to-helmet shot that that Young went into. But we'll take the 15 yards. Would have preferred to have the touchdown, but with 1:45 to go, clock rolling. Let's see if we can do it here.
All right, so 1st and 10. Young with the snap. Keeps it. Rolling right, man open. Oh, he missed him. Oh, he missed him. That was number 3, Cole Tidwell, by himself in the end zone, but he threw it behind him.
Absolutely had him wide open, and Tidwell tries to bend his body and come back and grab it. And yeah, like you said, John, it was wide open. Nice play there, but timing just a little bit off.
Yeah, so clock stops with 1:35. Ball is on the 13-yard line, going to bring up 2nd and 10. Bears still with 2 timeouts left in the half. So clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Still with plenty of time to get the ball in the end zone here before halftime. Young takes the snap, looking to pass again, looking left this time, throws it, and that is over the head of intended receiver number 12, Donovan Strong, going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line. 13-yard line.
I suspect the Bears may go back over the middle here. You can get the first down here if you're Bastrop, and you need to reach the 3 to get another set of downs. We may see them go ahead and try to run it here, but I think if they're going to put it in the air, they need to go back over the middle.
All right, so here's Young with Cretin in the backfield. Young takes the snap. He does hand it off to Cretin. Cretin bounces outside to the 10, stiff arms a man, and gets down to the 8 before he is forced out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th and about 5. Line to gain is the 3-yard line. But they are going to kick a field goal. Here comes the field goal unit.
Yeah, and I think, I think not a bad decision. You hope you get the 3 here, of course, but, getting down here, putting some points on the board. And Eastview's just showed that they're going to be tough to run against down here. They tend to really find another gear once you get inside that 20, and Bastrop is going to benefit here from what do you call that, John, an icing timeout?
Yeah, it looks like Eastview took the timeout. They've got 1 left before the half. There's 1:24 on the clock. And
icing the kicker.
Icing the kicker might give Patman time to be a gambler and think about going for it, but I think the field goal unit is coming back out on the field. All right, so
or faking it,
or maybe faking it, right? Maybe I gave him enough time to call in the fake. Carlos Martinez, the Bears kicker, is going to kick this. It's going to be a 25-yarder. It's not a really long field goal for Martinez. Kicks up, and that kick is no good. He missed it wide right.
No, he was kicking that from the left hash. I was a little bit concerned. It's a kind of a weird for a right-footed kicker. You really have to kind of hook it back in a little bit, almost just to kind of how the ball spins and how you hit it. But yeah, that's unfortunate there. You'd love to have 3 points, just being down 10. But I will say this, John. We can move the ball on these guys, and I think that we can stop these guys as well. I think the defense, if we can start getting some of these holding calls going our way, if we can figure out a way to shut down Devon Little and Zion Hester, I think we've got these guys.
All right, they've actually got Zion Hester in a wildcat formation. He takes the snap and runs to his right. He's got running room. He's brought down, but not before he gets a first down out to about the Eastview 32-yard line. So minute 12 to go in the second quarter. Direct snap to Hester again on the wildcat play. This time he is brought down, and the clock is moving. Exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Eastview just daring Bastrop to stop him. Hester in the wildcat formation on those last 2 plays. Now Colson will check back in.
All right, so here's Colson. Takes the snap. Looking right, throws. Ball is caught, but that man is down, inbounds. That was number 24 for Eastview, Carlos Ochoa, with the catch. 3rd down, clock moving, 30 seconds to go before the half. Big third down play here before the half, and actually Eastview is going to take a timeout to talk about it. Takes their last time out of the half. 27 seconds to go on the clock before halftime. Big third down play here for the Bears. That's the last Eastview timeout, though, so they can't stop the clock again.
Well, and John, you remember last week the Bears give up a huge touchdown to Cedar Creek there right at the end of the first half. So definitely need Madison to kind of play off this a little bit. You know that Eastview has definitely seen that film as well. They know that Bastrop gave up that big, huge play at the end of the half last week. So let's hope that defense can buckle down here. I suspect, though, honestly, from what I've seen thus far, I've got a feeling that they're going to try to get Zion Hester involved somehow, maybe get him on some sort of a wheel route out of the backfield. See what happens here.
All right, they've got Hester actually lined up again to take a direct snap in the Wildcat formation. Hester does take it. He's rolling left, and he's brought down. They did not get the first down, so that's a big third down stop there going into halftime. If I'm Patman, I might consider using my timeout here with 23 seconds to go before the half, and I think that is what happened. So Bears head coach Todd Patman calls a timeout with 23 seconds to go.
And I think what you need to do is I got a feeling that ECU may go for it. I don't know. It's 2 or 3 yards. You would think they would punt it, but with 40 yards, so just under 40 yards for the Bastrop Bears to go, Eastview could kind of set up in kind of a prevent style defense. Although I am seeing Honstein coming out onto the field, so they are going to punt it.
Would you be surprised if they faked it here?
I would not be surprised. And you've got a situation too where if you're Bastrop, you bring the house.
All right, so it's 4th and 3, 23 seconds to go before the half. Bears just called timeout. They're going to put Nathan Blair back deep to receive a punt. Eastview has their punt team out on the field. And like I said, it's 4th and 3. The ball is on the Eastview 39-yard line. But Eastview kicker Honstein is back. He's going to hit this punt on about his own 25. Yeah, I think they're going to punt it. Doesn't look like we're going to have a fake coming. I could be wrong. And here's the snap back to Honstein. Honstein punts it. Gets off a good one. And Nathan Blair catches it at his own 20, and he's got a little bit of running room. He's on his feet still at the 35 before he is brought down. 11 seconds to go where the clock will stop on the exchange of possession. So 11 seconds for the Bears to work with. My guess is they'll just look for a couple long pass plays out to the sideline. There is a flag, actually, now that I'm seeing this. The linesman's going over to pick it up. Eastview coaches are all pointing into the direction of Bastrop like it's on them. Bastrop is being talked to now. Bastrop coaching staff is being talked to by the officials. Let's see if we can get the call here on our crowd mic. Now they're pointing over to Eastview. That'd be helpful if we could get a few more yards tacked on this with 11 seconds to go before the half.
We have holding on the receiving team.
Oh, it's against Bastrop.
10-yard penalty from the end of the run.
All right, there you go. Holding on the receiving team, 10-yard penalty tacked on at the end of the run. So that's going to be a long field with 11 seconds to go before the half for Bastrop to work with.
Yeah, so I would imagine, I guess Eastfield maybe just kind of sit back, try to prevent the long pass. Bastrop maybe just tries to get a little bit of rhythm going. Yeah, it's a shame that Cedric Tarver was ejected in last week's game. This is a time that you'd love to maybe have him run that post route and just see if you can bomb it over these guys.
All right, so the ball is going to be on the Bastrop 27. Young by himself in the backfield. Trip receivers out to the right, 2 out to the left. And my guess is they're just going to try to, well, now we're getting a stop in the action. Okay, they're backing it up one more yard. All right. So down to the 26-yard line, let's call it. So here we go. Possibly the last play before halftime. Young takes the snap, looks to pass, looking to the middle of the field. That ball is incomplete. 6 seconds to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. So maybe one more play. All right. So with 6 seconds to go before halftime, Patriots of Eastview with a 20-7 lead over the Bears. This is probably the last play of the first half. Young's looking over to the sideline. He's got 3 receivers out to his left. Or sorry, to his right. 2 receivers out to his left. Young throws a pass. It is caught, but that is the last play of the first half because that was a tackle made in the midfield. Donovan Strong with the catch. So that's it for the first half with your score, Eastview 20, Bears 7. We're going to break it here for just 1 second. We'll come back with the Bastrop Bears halftime show and go through some of the scores of around the league before halftime. You're listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
To 7 at the half over the Bears. The Bears drill team, the Honey Bears, are making their way out onto the field, and we're going to leave it here with you for the halftime entertainment of the Bears marching band. We'll be back towards the end of halftime with a score recap, scoring recap for this game, some of the scores from around the league and around Central Texas, and we'll leave it here with the Bastrop band.
Bastrop slowly ambling out with a this year, John, they have a beehive type theme that the flag corps goes along with. The flag corps is dressed up as bees. Got a tennis player out there dressed as a bee. There's some honeycomb type things making their way onto the field. It's got quite an elaborate production that Mr. Gilbert has going on this year. Got a band has a big competition tomorrow. They get ready to gear up for their UIL competition. But yeah, it's kind of a definitely this game a back and forth affair between the Patriots and the Bears. It's been even though the score is 20-7, Bastrop certainly had some chances. Bastrop looked to take the command pretty early, but I tell you, I would have to say, John, two biggest plays I think was the Tyson Tarver penalty on the late hit when the Patriots were stopped deep in their own territory, And then I have to say the strange call, the ineligible lineman downfield on what looked like to be a sure touchdown pass from Young to Blair nullified a touchdown. So we'll go through that scoring recap here as the Bears get ready to play. And we will go ahead and take it down to the field. You can hear the sound of the Bastrop Bear marching band, the pride of the Lost Pines.
Social officers, our President Michelle Gonzalez, Vice President Cruz Zuniga, Historian Savannah Schaefer, Spirit Leader Harmony Deason. The Honey Bears are under the direction of Miss Lauren McNary. The Honey Bears of the Week is Alexia Villa Gomez. The Spirit Girl of the Week is Shelby Lynn Mendive. And now, please enjoy the Honey Bears as they perform their exciting high kick routine to Munster. At the Homecoming Pep Rally next Wednesday, October 17th. For more information, see a Honey Bear or check out Bastrop High School's website.
Enjoy the rest of the long week. Hey, you probably know because y'all do all the point of sale stuff. Tore out the wall.
Oh, I saw it, yeah. No, I was there, I guess it was a Thursday. Yeah. When I walked in, it's a whole different, oh, it's amazing, yeah. Oh, it looks amazing. It even made the office.
Yes, it is. It's going to be nice.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, Bastrop High School proudly presents the Pride of the Lost Pines, the Bastrop High School Band. The band is under the direction of Kenneth Gilbert, Andrew Tuck, and Garnet Gilbert. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jocelyn Enriquez and Raleigh Tamayo. The band's program includes their 2018 UIL marching show, The Hive, featuring the music of Sting, Von Williams, Rimsky-Korsakov, and arrangements by Shane Kelly. Drum majors, is your band ready? And now for your halftime enjoyment in the Bastrop Bear Band.
And that was the sounds of the Bastrop Bears with their rendition of the Beehive. You can't, obviously, you can't see it out there in Radio Land, but just a quick mention that, man, our flag girls look pretty good twirling those flags in terms of coordination and everything. I've seen some bad flag corps before, and it looks like there's nothing is synchronized, and they just look like one unit out there, John.
Yeah, great job by the Bastrop Marching Band at halftime. The Eastview Band is making their way out onto the field now. There's about 12 minutes to go before the end of halftime. Robert, there's some scores that Central Texas area at halftime that we might want to run through.
Yeah, definitely. Last we checked in on the Glen Cedar Creek game, as we mentioned in the pregame show, Glen is the other 2-0 team here in the district. Last update we have was about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. I'm sure they're at halftime now. Glen was up 21-0 over Cedar Creek. Glen, the new school up in Leander, with a lot of a Cedar Park regiment up there. We'll talk about that whenever we get to that game. As we mentioned, of course, last night, Elgin big over Weiss, 23-0. That's a final on Thursday night. That game was played up at the field up in Pflugerville. Just looking here on the Taco Shack scoreboard, Brenham is up 27-7 over Marble Falls. That game is at the half. Brenham, I want to say that game is in Brenham, but not 100% sure. Here in Austin ISD welcoming Dripping Springs to the district. Dripping Springs up big, 38-14 over LBJ. That's at the half. That game is a battle of the two top runners there in that district there. McCallum up over Lanier, 48-0. Big one here in Austin tonight, though, of course, is Westlake and Lake Travis, and Westlake is up 20-7 there at the half. And just down the road here, Pflugerville High, Charles Taylor figuring out the Connolly Cougars, and the Pflugerville Panthers are up 33-18 over Connolly. That game is midway through the third quarter. And, of course, Georgetown has stormed back to tie Cedar Park. They've made a game of it there. That game is midway through the third quarter, all tied up at 17-all. So that's the rundown there for some of the kind of more notable scores. I'll just mention one more here. Hayes beat Austin High last night, 48-47. That was a final at House Park. Pretty good game there. There in 6A, as both of those teams kind of battle for district supremacy there. And of course, we are at 20-7 here. The Eastview Patriots lead the Bastrop Bears. I think it's going to be a pretty good half here, second half, John.
Yeah, the Bears were able to move the ball early in the game against Eastview. Two good drives. Couldn't find the end zone, though, on the second drive when they were 4th and goal. They got stopped. That could have given them a 14-7 lead. But then right after that, Eastview running back Zion Hester takes it 99 yards after that goal line stop and gets in the end zone. And that made it 14-7 for Eastview. So just on those two plays where Bastrop couldn't find the end zone there at the beginning of the second quarter, and Eastview reels off a big run. That was a big swing, big turning point in the game. I'll tell you, though, defensively, Bastrop has played pretty well. They are bottling up Zion Hester, the Patriots running back. Other than the long 99-yard run, he hasn't really hurt them that much. They've been able to contain him. And the other thing that they're going to have to look to do in the second half is keep number 22, Devon Little, the big senior receiver that quarterback Colson for the Patriots likes to find. He's got 2 touchdown catches tonight. Bears are going to have to find a way to maybe slide a safety over there and get a couple of guys guarding him at all times. But if they can figure out those things, I think the Bears are in pretty good shape to be able to keep running the ball. They got to be patient, but they can get back in this game.
Yeah, definitely. It's in fact, you get Devon Little, the big senior wide receiver here for the Eastview Patriots. Seems to be Colson's not only his favorite target, but almost his only target. They have more or less gone to him every time that they have trying to throw the ball. So it's surprising that Bastrop is having a hard time picking that guy up because he's definitely the guy that is the dangerous one. I would suspect Coach Gaylor probably swing Madison over there a little bit, maybe tighten him up on coverage of Little a little bit more. Faison got caught off a few times, kind of got pulled over into those trip situations, and that left Little in a one-on-one situation with the corner out there. But yeah, I think it's at times it was kind of a sloppy first half by Bastrop. But you go into the second half and you are only down less than 2 touchdowns. You get 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points, and you're back in the lead on this thing. So I think that Bastrop can definitely pull it off. Quick scoring summary real here. The Bastrops get first blood 7-0 with a Jaquay Cretin 1-yard touchdown run. That capped off a 45-yard touchdown drive. The extra point was good, and the Bears took an early lead 7-0. Eastview came right back, though. A Tyson Tarver late hit gave the Patriots a little bit of life. They would have been in fourth down, deep in their own territory. Tyson coming in on a late hit after Tyron Smith makes a great open field tackle on Zion Hester. That 15-yard penalty ensuing first down brought life back into the Eastview Patriots. Eastview then went with a really quick huddle offense. Really got into a rhythm there and got on the board then when Jackson Colson hit Devon Little on a 20-yard touchdown pass. And then on the next that took the end of the first quarter. Eastview was able to stop Bastrop on a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line to begin the second quarter. Then just like that, Zion Hestar uses some nice holds from his offensive line to uncork a 99-yard touchdown run to put the Patriots up 14-7. The Bears and the Patriots then traded drives. They traded punts, and then Eastview was able to put together a nice little drive. Again, Colson finding Little on a 13-yard touchdown pass with 3:41 to go. The Patriots missed an extra point, so that leaves the score at that point 20-7. Bastrop got on the board though late in the quarter though, in the second quarter, or at least we thought they did. A 22-yard pass from quarterback Desmond Young to Blair, but that was nullified by a offensive lineman downfield. Not a call you see very often, but you're certainly going to see it up here in Williamson County in Georgetown Stadium, and that ball came back. So unfortunately the Bears do not get that touchdown, and that's where we end here at the half. So Bears are trailing 20-7. You can bet that the Bears are inside making some adjustments right now. I think it's going to be a pretty darn exciting second half.
Yeah, I think it should be. I think the Bears deferred the toss and are going to receive the kick here to start the second half. So you imagine that Coach Patman is getting the script out for the first maybe 6 or 7 plays or so to start the second half, try to get the ball moving. They had a lot of success early on in this game running the ball. It was either keepers by Desmond Young when he fakes the handoff to Jaquay Cretin, pulling the ball back out and keeping it himself, or with Cretin himself. So I'm thinking they're going to look to pound the rock again in the second half.
Yeah, I think that said, they also were able to show that that they can, if the Patriots do load the box up, that they can find that open receiver over the middle and have some success with it. That of course is barring any offensive linemen downfield. Now, one of the problems though that we did mention, John, was that when the Bears get down within the 20-yard line, the Patriot defense really, really stiffens up. They kick it into a new gear. The Bears really having some tough times just getting any kind of positive yardage at all once they get down there in the red zone. So something about the Patriots that they make some really nice adjustments, or it's just maybe just with their backs up against the wall. But they have done a really, really good job of shutting down Bastrop. Bastrop certainly had a few chances down there that they would love to have back, and we'll have to see what kind of adjustments that the Bastrop Bears make here in the second half to deal with that.
All right, so there is about 3 minutes to go. You can still hear on our crowd mic the Eastview Patriot Band down on the field. We're going to break it for just 1 second here and then come back for the start of the second half. You're listening to Bears football on KMAX Sports, part of the Vype Media Network.
BASTROP Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the BASTROP Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the BASTROP Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at BASTROPBears.org.
Do you love the game of football, wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
Purchase a copy of this or any KMAC broadcast for personal use, and portions of the proceeds go to your school. Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmaxsports.com. That's info@kmaxsports.com. We can even do some editing for you for a small fee. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up. info@kmaxsports.com. Bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
(20-7) to the Eastview Patriots. Still at the tail end of the halftime show, even though the halftime clock has run out. Neither of the teams are on the field yet, so both teams still in the locker room. This is that time of the year when the bands like to kind of extend that show a little bit and try out all their UIL tricks, as they're all, I'd say probably most of these bands are going to some sort of a competition tomorrow, so we'll just take a little bit longer here. We thought that it might have been some sort of a homecoming affair here at the beginning of the game, though, right, John? But it doesn't look like that's the case.
No, it didn't. They had some kind of presentation where they were calling out some of the players. Maybe they were recognizing some of the seniors tonight, but that didn't really make a lot of sense to us either because it's not their last home game. But anyway, here we are with the halftime clock run out and the Eastview band still on the field. I think that might have been the last number that they're going to play here for the evening, and it is. They're hustling off the field here, but they've got a pretty elaborate halftime show here that they've got to break down. Might take them a minute or two. Here comes the BASTROP kids out of the locker room now. Still don't see the Eastview guys yet.
We'll see now the Brewers are up on the Dodgers 5-1 there in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, that's kind of a surprise. So it sounds like Clayton Kershaw did not have one of his better postseason outings. I know on his first postseason outing of the playoffs this year, he was lights out. But looks like the Brewers' bats caught up with him.
What's the name of that guy they got that if they hit a home run, he slides into a mug of beer?
I know who you're talking about. He's a burly-looking, costume-ish kind of fellow with a big red beard.
He looks like one of the Mario brothers, kind of.
Right. Not sure. My guess is they have something more creative than just calling him Miller.
No. It's I think there's quite a few of those establishments up there, the kind of factories, macro brew factories up there. So I'll have to solve this mystery. But yeah, Milwaukee. That's a team that. Bud Selig still own those guys?
I do not believe so. I believe he turned over ownership to his daughter or something like that. He basically took the Astros, threw them over into the American League, and then said adios to baseball.
All right.
Here comes Eastview now out of the locker room. They have yet to run through their little blow-up tunnel. The Bears are warming up on the sideline. Believe if I'm correct, the Bears are going to receive the kick to start the second half. See if they can get some momentum going. They need to get 7 points on the board to make this a one-score game. If they can do that early on in the third quarter, things could get really interesting here tonight in Georgetown in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. That's it would be nice to start that second half. It'd be nice to have the same kind of second half that we did last week against Cedar Creek, where we made the adjustments, we came out. Cedar Creek really didn't have an answer for us, and we just wore those guys down eventually. So we'll see what happens here, and it'll definitely be I think it's going to be an exciting second half, no doubt. Bastrop now fighting for a playoff spot. Like we said earlier, if the Bears can win here tonight, they essentially clinch a playoff spot because they will have the head-to-head tiebreaker on all of the other 1-0 teams here. So Bernie the Brewer, John. I was close.
Okay, all right. Bernie the Brewer slides down into a bucket of beer after the Brewers hit a home run. Not sure if they have done that yet tonight in their 5-1 lead in the NLCS over the Dodgers.
Well, hey, looky there, John. Just as we were mentioning the run-throughs, we mentioned when we were in high school, the cheerleaders used to spend a better part of the week doing these elaborate paper run-throughs, designing them, and then they always had some sort of a motto on there. And lo and behold, we were talking about what a lost art that was because of the big inflatable tunnels. And looky there, the Eastview Patriots have one up that says "Blast the Bears," and they've got a little bear shooting off in a rocket. And there's some smoke.
All right, got a smoke machine. Smoke machine's new to the at least new from when we were in school. But they are going to run through some smoke and rip through the paper of the Blast the Bears sign. Bastrop Bears are going with the more traditional, for these days, blow-up tunnel that they'll be running through.
You know what I'm seeing, though? That bear that's on the rocket, he's in the rocket, and it looks like that rocket is headed towards something green. It may be a bear headed towards the end zone, John.
Well, maybe that's a little sign of things to come here in the second half for the Bears. Bears running through the tunnel now, making their way over to their sideline. That's the far sideline for us. Crowd tonight at the beginning of the game for Bastrop looked like they didn't travel very well, but stands filled up a little bit more as the game progressed, and a decent crowd for the Bears. Here in Georgetown for the Eastview fans, decent crowd for them as well. Certainly nowhere near a full stands for Eastview. Eastview's 2-3 coming into this game, 1-1. Get a little bit of shaking in the press box here. This is the same press box that we were in last year because Bastrop played both Eastview and Georgetown High here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, and we noticed there were some moments up here in the press box where it started shaking. It was almost like there was an earthquake going on here in Williamson County, but feeling that sensation again. Not really sure what that is.
Yeah, it's and the band's not really here either. We thought last year it was just kind of just some movement from just all the kids stomping, man, and yeah, it's oscillating. not pleasant.
All right, so here we go for the second half. As is customary, I turn over the play-by-play to Robert and take the color duties. Bastrop's already out on the field, ready to receive this kick. They're ready to get this going for the second half.
All right, so Bastrop takes the field. Bastrop, of course, in their away white tops and maroon bottoms. Eastview tonight wearing white bottoms with red tops and a white helmet with the EV, the American flag, superimposed over it. Reed Honstein, the senior kicker for the Eastview Patriots, the very capable senior kicker for the Eastview Patriots. I'd say probably next to Zion Hester, he's probably, in terms of skills, maybe the most impressive player on this team, man. This kid can really boot it. Back deep to receive for the Bears, Romello Flores-Giles and Cole Tidwell. So, Honstein puts his leg into it, and the second half is underway. The kick will sail into the end zone, and he's going to return it again. Romello Flores-Giles tries to take it out and only gets to the 10, and once again, for the second time tonight, Bastrop Bears choosing to return it, giving up 15 yards there on that play. Ugh.
Well, the ball kind of bounced right at the 1 yard line, and it bounced straight up in the air. Flores-Giles decided he better go ahead and get on it, and when he did, he touched it around the 1 yard line, and not a lot you could do from there but take it out.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to take a knee in the end zone. Up here you might get a safety call for all we know. So, here we go. Young will take the field here. He's got two in the backfield with him. Two receivers split off to his right, one to the left. Bastrop on the north end of the field, working north to south. Hands off to Cretan. Cretan gets to the outside, looking for a little running room, and he is going to be turned inside and bottled up. Number 8, DK Little, the right corner there for the Patriots, making the play.
Yeah, early in this game, Robert, Bastrop was having a lot of success with runs right up the middle, and now they're trying to string them out to the outside, and they are not having as much success as they had early in the game running the ball up the middle.
All right, so Young takes a snap. He's looking to pass. He's looking right. He's got a man open, and it's in and hand out of the hands there.
That was number 12, Donovan Strong, intended receiver.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 here for Bastrop.
Well, you really want to convert here. You do not want to go 3 and out on your first drive of the second half.
Yeah, no doubt. Blair is going to move over to the left side now to give Young 2 receivers on the left side. Cretan is the lone running back in the backfield with Desmond Young, the junior quarterback. Young takes a snap. He's rolling left. Now he's going to run it. He cuts up. He's got some room to the 20, to the 25, and he's got the first down.
Well, that was a designed run there for Young. He kind of faked the pass there and then just tucked it, almost kind of like a quarterback draw. And he had plenty of running room, enough for the first down.
Yeah, Bastrop choosing to go with Young on the ground again. So, Young with Cretan in the backfield, 2 receivers out to the right. Hands off to Cretan. Cretan up the middle. He's got a little bit of room and barrels forward there. Looks like maybe he picked up about 5 or 6 yards. We'll see where they mark it.
That's what I was talking about with those runs up the middle. That's what Cretan was having success with early, and had some success there on first down, picked up 6 yards.
So 2nd and 4, Young, hands off to Cretan again. Actually, he fakes it. He's got a receiver wide open, and we're not going to get a flag.
How do we not get a pass interference call? He's got him wrapped up when the ball's in the air, and there's no flag. I don't understand it.
Cole Tidwell, the intended receiver, number 32, Mark Rodriguez, just riding his back. Looks like a pony at the petting zoo. But,
wow. I just don't get it. I mean, it's right in front of three officials.
So, 3rd and 3 here. Young puts a man in motion, hands it off to Cretan. Cretan bounces outside, and he's going to be short of the first down, and the Bears are going to have to punt.
I don't know. I think they might go for it, Robert. It's going to be 4th and about 2, actually maybe 4th and 3. I think they're going to go for it.
All right, so Bastrop on their own 35-yard line. Big down here early in the third quarter. Young takes a snap, hands it off to Cretan. Cretan charges forward, and he's got it, John.
Yep, he's got enough for the first. He went off right tackle, found a hole, got some good body lean there, and picked up another extra couple yards after contact. Enough for the first down.
All right, so the chains are moved. Ball now on the 41-yard line for the Bears. Young takes a snap, hands off to Cretan. Cretan bouncing around, and nothing gained there. Maybe picked up a half yard. Tries to cut off the right tackle there, but number 9 there, Ben Simmons, the interior defensive lineman there for the Patriots, shutting things down. Young takes a snap. Now he's looking to pass. No man open, rolling left. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Gets outside and looks like he picked up maybe 4 yards there. Nice little tuck and run there by Young. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 here for the Bears.
Yeah, well, this is evidently 2-down territory for the Bears. They've shown they're willing to go for it on 4th down on the last series of downs. So you don't necessarily have to get it all here.
So Desmond Young with Jaquay Cretan in the backfield with him. 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Young takes a snap, hands it off to Cretan. Cretan bounces it outside. He's got some room. He's got the first down and is run out of bounds there, but I'm pretty sure that he is about a half yard past the sticks.
He is. They're moving the chains. So good run. Cretan was bottled up but managed to bounce it outside. Used his speed there to get around the left edge of the Eastview defense and skirted out towards the sideline and avoided taking a big hit.
All right, so Young takes a snap, hands off to Cretan. Cretan gets a big block from Jude Dennis, and he's off to the races now to the 25, to the 30, to the 15, and he is shoved in the back and pushed down, and it looks like he got down to about the 8.
He did. Good run there off the left side. Cretan got into their secondary quick and was off to the races. Could not get past the last tackler who just shoved him down out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, Jude Dennis lays a nice block there, the center there for the Bears, and helped out by Danny Hernandez, and those guys really opened up a nice hole for Cretan to go off left side there. Now this is the point where the Bastrop Bears had some issues in the first half in the red zone against the Patriot defense. What will Young do now on 1st and goal from the 8? Young hands it off to Brown. Brown barrels forward to the 3-yard line. Junior running back Eddie Brown taking the handoff, going to that same side of the line there.
All right, so this is like you mentioned earlier where the Bears have had trouble punching it in. Got to get 6 points on the board here.
So Young, Cretan checks back into the game. Brown in an H-back position. Hand off to Cretan. Cretan barrels forward.
He's
and
in. Right?
I think he's in. He looked like he was over the line, but I don't think he's going to get the call.
They're going to mark him on about the 6-inch line. Man, I'll tell you, it's tough in Williamson County here for the Bears.
Oh, man. So, Bastrop, 3rd and goal. 1 foot to go here. Young takes a snap, hands off to Cretan. Cretan barrels forward, and
he's in this time.
He's in there standing out. He's in there standing up. Can't deny him that one. No flags on the play. I'm looking for one.
Nope. All right, so that's going to stand.
All right, so Bastrop now 20-13. Diego Cruz to attempt the extra point. Kick is up.
Oh,
and off the crossbar.
Off the crossbar. Or actually off the upright, off the right upright. Oh, my gosh. So when you had a little bit of an advantage there with Eastview missing their point after, now the Bears miss theirs, and it's 20-13.
Well, now the big question is, what's the Bear defense going to do here? Like we said, John, with the exception of a couple of big plays, if they've got an answer for Devon Little and Zion Hester, we think we can get this ball back, but that's the big question. Can we do it?
Yeah. So Bears defense is going to have to come out strong, come out hot, look to bottle up basically the only two big playmakers for Eastview tonight, which have been Zion Hester, number 10 out of the backfield, their running back, and number 22, Devon Little, their big, tall senior receiver. They can stop those guys. They can have a lot of success on defense in the second half and look to tie this game up the next time they get it.
All right, so Carlos Martinez, the junior kicker for the Bears, will tee this one up. Back deep to receive will be Isaiah Jackson and Zion Hester.
I think I'd kick it to Jackson.
Martinez does. Jackson's going to field this on about his own 12. Starts up field. He's got a crease there. Still on his feet to the 30, 35, 40. Only the kicker to beat, and he beats him to the 30, 20. Touchdown, Patriots.
Wow. He did kick it to the guy you want to kick it to, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. He took it from the right side and brought it all the way over to the left side in for a kickoff return for a touchdown.
So Isaiah Quentin Jackson just cutting in across the field. Patriots setting up a wall there. Bastrop again giving up a special teams touchdown this season. We definitely calls to mind the punt return touchdown against Connolly that they gave up earlier in the season. 87-yard return there.
Wow.
So, on the Reed Honstein to attempt the extra point. Snap is back. The kick hold is down. And the kick is good.
There is a flag, though. There is a flag. I think Eastview's running off the field, though. I think that's on Bastrop. Yeah, because Eastview's running off the field.
All right, so with 8:02 to go here in the third quarter, Eastview Patriots lead 26-13. You listen to Bear Football on KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you are needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Bastrop Bear Football, KMAX Sports. Bastrop giving up a long 87-yard touchdown return to Isaiah Quentin Jackson to go back down 27-13.
Sets up the kick. Back deep will be Tidwell and Flores Giles.
So Cole Tidwell, Romello, Flores Giles are back deep to receive here for the Bastrop Bears. Bastrop, just when they seem they've got some momentum here, just to have it sucked out of them. Let's see if they can respond with an offensive drive here. Honstein booms one deep, deep, deep into the end zone, and this one will come out to the 25-yard line.
Yep, that's over the head of Flores Giles. Lets it go over into the back of the end zone, and Bastrop's going to have to go back to work on offense. They had a nice drive to start the second half. They're going to have to put a couple more nice drives together to get back in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. We were sitting here talking about the defense getting on the field, wondering what they were going to do, and we just never even got a chance to see them, the adjustments that they made. So, unfortunate turn of events there. Let's see if Bastrop can get this momentum back. So, Young takes a snap, hands off to Cretin. Actually, he's got the bat. He's looking to pass. He's going to roll left. Going to tuck it and run and get back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. May have picked up half a yard there.
Yeah, I think maybe he just got a yard or so. Let's see where they mark him down. Actually, they're not even giving him really much of anything. Actually, are they going to say he lost a yard? I think they are.
So, Young's marked out of bounds. Going to make it 2nd and 11 here. Two receivers up to his left, one to his right. Takes a snap, hands off to Cretan. Cretan bouncing it out, and he is wrapped up there big time. Isaiah Knight, the senior linebacker for the Patriots, is there to meet him right at the line of scrimmage, and I would say it looks like Jaquay lost a yard. Going to bring up a 3rd and 12 here for Bastrop. Ball currently on the 23-yard line with 7:35 to go here in the third quarter. Bears trailing 27-13. Desmond Young, the junior quarterback. Operating from the left hash, takes a snap. Now he's under pressure, and he's still on his feet, and he is sacked. Under pressure there.
Stephon Reyes again, number 85. Gets the sack. So there brings out the punt team, 4th and long for the Bears.
Yeah, just something about giving up one of those touchdown returns, man. It just takes the wind out of your sails, I tell you. Cole Tidwell back to punt this for the Bears. Back deep to receive the touchdown scorer, Isaiah Quinton Jackson. Tidwell gets a good punt. Jackson calls for the fair catch and does so on the 46-yard line in Bear territory, and that's where the Eastview Patriots will start here with 6:33 to go in the third quarter.
All right, so this will be the first time we've seen the Bastrop defense here in the second half, and they are going to have to keep the Eastview Patriots off the board if the Bears are going to stay in this game.
Yeah, you'd like to see a turnover here. So, Jackson Colson takes the field for the first time here in the second half. He's got Hester in the backfield with him. Fakes it to Hester. Got a man open there. That's his favorite receiver there, number 22, Devon Little. Goes right to him.
Tyron Smith in on that tackle along with Faison Madison. Had several guys there. They could not set up the kind of bubble screen for Little to get much running room after he caught it.
Little now moves over to the right side.
There's a flag on that
play. On the play.
I think maybe they're going to get Eastview for a man in motion.
Yeah, pass is complete there to Caden Harris from Colson, but just as quickly as the ball was snapped, the flag went up.
I don't think they were set before the ball was snapped. They're trying to go so fast. Colson took the snap. We'll see what the call is. Yeah, they got Eastview on a motion penalty, so that's 5 yards. Going to bring up second and about 14.
All right, so Jackson Colson, junior quarterback for the Eastview Patriots. He's got Zion Hester in the backfield with him. Two receivers down to their left, including the big Devon Little. Carlos Ochoa split off to the right in single coverage. Colson now looking for a different play call. And Colson takes a snap, hands off to Hester, and he is met immediately there. That's Xavier Williams there that just filled that gap and laid a good lick on Hester.
Wow, he sure did. He filled that hole quick and popped Hester. Hester actually flew backwards a little bit on that hit. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Number 50, Drake Rodriguez, having some words there with the Bastrop defensive line. So 3rd and 13 to go for the Patriots.
Big play here for the Bastrop defense. If they can get a stop and get the punt team out on the field for Eastview, it'd be a small victory here.
Colson looking left.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. There he is. Pass is complete to Devon Little. All the way. Didn't even look at any other receiver. Pass is complete for looks to be about a 32-yard gain.
Well, Bastrop blitz had a linebacker running free right at Colson. Colson took the snap, immediately just threw it in the air to Little. Little catches it and gets all the way down to Wow.
There you go. Yeah. And just like I was saying last play, Drake Rodriguez running his mouth there at the Bastrop defensive line. We had a feeling that he may have said something.
Wow, personal foul. So that long pass play to Little is erased. That's fortunate for the Bears. It's going to bring up 3rd and a mile Bears can almost play prevent here and get the Eastview punt team out on the field.
So Brett Rice here is in single coverage against Devon Little.
Surely Madison, here Madison slides over to help cover Little. Faison Madison from the safety position.
And that's where it's going.
Oh.
Pass is complete.
Okay, good. They stopped him, though.
Kobe Cavanaugh catches the ball going over the middle. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's going to bring up 4th and 10 here.
Romello Flores Giles there with the stop, and it looks like Eastview is not going to punt. It looks like they are going to go for it. It's 4th and 10. Actually, now maybe they're bringing the punt team out. Yeah, I think they are. I think they thought a little bit longer about that and realized that they're going to punt it. Yeah, here comes the punt team for Eastview. So, good stop there by the Bears. Personal foul of 15 yards helped out on that drive to get the Bears defense off the field.
Drake Rodriguez, a very noticeable player there. He's got some of that hair down about midway through his body. So Honstein lets go of a putt, and it goes right into the end zone. Whew! That was almost
close.
another beauty by Honstein. Really kind of started to lose momentum there on about the 4-yard line and started to trickle down. And, if you're the Bears, you just got to let that one go and hope that it rolls in, which it did. So Bears will get the ball here on the 20-yard line. 3:56 to go here in the third quarter. Bears trailing 27-13 to the Eastview Patriots.
Bears got to be patient. There's still plenty of time in this game. They're only down 2 scores. You'd like to get one of those scores back before the end of the third quarter, so it's a one-possession game going into the fourth. And about 4 minutes to go on the clock here in the third quarter.
So junior quarterback Desmond Young with Jaquay Cretin in the backfield with him. Handoff to Cretin. Cretin tries to run it up the middle, and he's met immediately there by Ben Simons. I was pronouncing him Simmons earlier. I guess it only has one M, so he's no relation to Gene. He's a Simons, but Ben Simons playing that nose guard position for the Patriots. Bears choosing to run right at him. No gain. Going to pick up. Going to be 2nd and 10 here for Young and the Bear offense.
Yeah, Eastview kind of been playing a 3-3 with 5 defensive backs pretty much all night.
So Young takes a snap. Now he's looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle.
Oh, that ball is
caught.
And
the ball is caught in a really lot of traffic there. Wow, Cole Tidwell.
What a catch. You know, he kind of one-handed that, Robert. He was sliding down. It was kind of behind him. He reached out with his left arm, grabbed it, pulled it in. First down.
Catch of the year there by Cole Tidwell. Cole Tidwell now splits out far to the left. Bastrop really spreading out the offense here. Young takes a snap, passes to Blair. He's got Blair open. Blair to the 40, 45, and he is driven hard out of bounds there. Big tackle by Stefan Reyes, the senior defensive end there.
But that's enough for the first down. You know, Blair tried to tiptoe the sideline, and he got walloped out of bounds, but not before he could pick up the first down.
So ball now on the Bastrop 48-yard line. Bastrop trying to get the ball here past midfield. First down. Desmond Young, Jaquay Cretin in the backfield. Bears stacking 2 receivers on the right. Handoff to Cretin. Actually, Young's going to keep it. He's to the 50 and to the 45, and that's a nice little 6-yard pickup there, John.
Oh, no, but Young's hurt. Young's down. His helmet's off.
Yeah, this isn't good.
This is not good. His helmet got knocked off. I'm not sure if he took a hit after that. But the training staff is looking at Young, and this doesn't look good. Coach Patman's coming out on the field to check on him.
Yeah, so Young tucking it and running kind of slides down. I'm not kind of missed the end of the play. Like John said, we just kind of looked up and his helmet was off. Not sure if it got knocked off or if he took it off in pain. Doc Hernandez down there attending to him.
It's completely silent here at the stadium. Well, the training staff's looking at Desmond Young. He gets up now under his own power. I think maybe he just got his bell rung a little bit. He definitely has to come out for at least one play because his helmet was knocked off. Desmond looks to be fine. He's running over to the sideline. I think maybe he just got his bell rung for a second.
Yeah, kind of one thing that could happen is, you just kind of sometimes you get the wind knocked out of you and it looks pretty bad, but you just lay there trying to catch your breath. So actually, Peyton Parsons will check in here, the junior quarterback for the Bears. Peyton takes a snap, hands off to Cretan. Cretan bounces through. He's got the first down.
Yep, he's got enough for the first down. All right, so brought Parsons in to hand it off once. And
so Peyton, it looks like Peyton's going to stay in the game. Peyton Parsons is a junior quarterback. We saw him earlier in the season against Brian Rudder. He's been playing on the JV a little bit, but Parsons he has a good strong arm. He's a good tall quarterback. Kind of more of a pocket passer. Parsons takes a snap, puts the ball in the air. Nice ball there. Finds a man open. He's got it's kind of on the far end of the
that
field.
Was Cole Tidwell with the catch out on the left side. Tidwell eludes one tackler, but gets wrapped up, picks up about 3 yards.
Yeah, so you saw the arm strength of Parsons there. Parsons on just kind of a little screen route there and really zipped the ball out there.
Trying to look over onto the sideline here to see if I see Young.
So, Bastrop with a 2nd and 8 here with 1:22 to go in the third quarter, trailing the Eastview Patriots 27-13. Peyton Parsons, the junior quarterback, in the game for Desmond Young. Desmond Young leaving on his own power. Slapped the hand of one of the Patriots defenders, so looking like he's okay. We'll see if he gets back in. Right now it's the Peyton Parsons show here at quarterback. So, snap to Parsons. Parsons looking right to throw.
Oh, my gosh. He's on him again before the ball even gets there, and no call.
Before the ball even arrives there, Nathan Blair is tackled by Stephen Reyes.
What does it take for a pass interference penalty here in Williamson County?
Nathan Blair just never really even has a chance to Patriots not even playing the ball there, just going and trying to lay out the receiver. What does it take, John? You're not going to get one.
Evidently not.
All right, so Peyton Parsons got Jaquay Cretan in the backfield with him. 3 receivers up to the left.
Uh-oh. All right, that's a timeout. I thought maybe they were going to call the Bears for a false start, but it is a timeout.
So the Bears will take a quick timeout here with 3rd and 8 to go with 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Ball on the 38-yard line. We'll take a real quick break here. You're listening to Bear Football on KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org. KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bear football on KMAX Sports. Peyton Parsons in for the Bears at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands off to Jaquay Cretan. Cretan bounces through and maybe gets it to the original line of scrimmage. So, going to bring up a 4th and 8 here for Bastrop. Ball's on the 38-yard line. I suspect here with 1 minute to go in the third quarter, Coach Patman's probably going to go for it here. See what Parsons can do through the air, maybe with one of these crossing routes. Blair checks back into the game. Moving off to the right side here. 2 receivers off to either side. And so, Parsons, with Cretin in the backfield with him, takes the snap. Rolling left. Big block by Cretin. Parsons puts it up in the air, and that ball.
Oh, there's a flag that came in. I think they finally got Eastview for a pass interference call. I think that's going to keep the chains moving on 4th down. Yep. I hear the directions from the Eastview band leader there over on our crowd mic.
Yeah, it's funny because he's actually kind of calling the plays down on the field. I think I just heard him say pass interference.
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
All right. Well, there's 15 yards marked off. Peyton Parsons still in the game. Looked over on the sideline a second ago, and Desmond Young was taking his jersey off. They're still attending to him on the sideline.
All right, so Parsons here. Operating from the 23-yard line, hands off to Cretin. Cretin's got some room. He bounces it to the outside. Big block there, but not before Chris Honstein. Not to be confused with Reed Honstein. Chris Honstein, the senior left corner there, though, fighting around his blocked man and making the tackle there on Cretin. But Cretin picks up 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and 7 here. Ball now on the 20-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. So, Bastrop Bears trail the Eastview Patriots 27-13. We'll take this one to the 4th quarter, and we'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Bear Football on KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bear Football on KMAX Sports. Bastrop knocking on the door here. Ball on the 20-yard line to start the 4th quarter. Trailing the Eastview Patriots 27-13. So, let's see. Looks to me like Young is back in the game. Takes a snap. He's got a man open, and
that ball is caught.
Ball is caught. That was
Nathan Blair.
Short
of the first down, but he still caught it.
Desmond Young's go-to receiver this season thus far has been Nathan Blair. And 3rd and 2 here for the Bastrop Bears.
Good to see Desmond Young back on the field. He came off under his own power, but came back in this game.
So Desmond Young, 2 receivers off to either side. Jaquay in the backfield with him. Jaquay gets the ball, cuts it upfield. He's got the first down.
Just barely got the first down, but enough to move the chains. And not quite 1st and goal. It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 12.
And no doubt this is the point that, like we've said all night, John, this is the point where the Eastview Patriots tend to start to give us a hard time here in the red zone. So, Young takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Rolling right. Gets it off. Pass is complete. It's a touchdown.
Nice. Well, Young just had to roll right. Found a man not far in front of him. Wide open. Who was that, Robert?
Chris Henderson. Yeah, Chris Henderson just kind of did a little hook route and came back, caught it, and didn't have anybody around him, and was able to move into the end zone. That's something that I think that the Bastrop Bears can really start to think about, when they get in that red zone. These little short kind of button hook routes work pretty nice. Now here, very, very important extra pointed tip from Carlos Martinez. Snap is back. Kick is up.
Oh, they blocked it. Oh, my gosh, they blocked it. And oh, my gosh. Wow, you're down 8 now.
Down 8, so 27-19 with 11 minutes to go here in the contest. And, man, there's a few ones that Bastrop wish they had back. So a missed field goal, 2 missed extra points, 5 points there, and getting stopped on a 4th and 1. That's a, 5 points there. That's a 12-point swing. Bastrop could be leading this game right now.
Yeah, we'll leave it here instead of going to commercial break. The score is 27-19. And Bastrop's defense is going to have to come back out and get to work, get the ball back for the Bears. Bears need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it at this point.
So seeing Glenn now up 28-3 over Cedar Creek there, that's the end of the third quarter in that contest. Brenham up big over Marble Falls, 41-7. Marble Falls will be Bastrop's opponent next week there for homecoming week. And so Diego Cruz set to kick it off here for the Bears. Cruz puts a high kick up. Ball is caught there and by Jackson Coulson, and Coulson is tackled immediately. Excuse me, that was not Jackson Coulson. That was it's like Bane McCravey. Bane McCravey. And Bane McCravey, you win our award for the coolest name of the opponent.
I don't know.
There's a cool one, but you have to get in the game, John.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to say Honstein. It's a pretty good one.
Trinidad Fajardo is another good one.
Right. We at least got to call your name.
He may be on the line. Let's see. All right. So Coulson in a quarterback. Hands it off on a jet sweep to Zion Hester, and Hester is bottled up. Bastrop just read that one immediately. Ball now is on the 30-yard line for the Eastview Patriots. Bastrop doing a really good job on that, man.
They saw that jet sweep coming a mile away with Hester running all the way across the field to take it, and he could not bounce that outside.
Still makes me nervous to see Zion Hester on a jet sweep. So, anyways, here we go. Jackson Coulson. 3rd and 11 now for the Eastview Patriots. Ball on the 29. Play clock down to 10.
Bastrop's defense showing blitz here.
Coulson looking for a man open. He's got a man, and that is number 24. Pass is complete to Carlos Ochoa. Kalen Hodge defending on the play, but that will move the chains there for the Eastview Patriots.
All right, Bastrop's going to have to get after it on defense. They cannot afford a big play. They've got to keep Eastview out of the end zone. You can't go back down 2 scores here.
So, ball now here on the 42-yard line. Eastview comes to the line quickly. Coulson with Hester in the backfield with him. Hand off to Hester. Hester goes straight up the middle, and he is met immediately there by Robert Spurlock. Spurlock just wraps him up and brings him down.
I think Greg Rivas, the senior defensive lineman, is in on that play as well. Yep, 54, Rivas. Rivas and Spurlock both kind of gang tackled Hester there right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 here for the Eastview Patriots. Ball on the Patriot 43-yard line. 9:15 to go now. Clock continuing to roll. Coulson trying to pull the Bear defense offsides. Bears not biting on it. Coulson takes the snap, hands off to Hester. Hester's got a big gap, and he runs up the middle. Nice lick there applied by the defensive back.
He's short of the first down, though. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3. Big 3rd down play here for the Bears defense.
Yeah, it's probably, if you can get a stop here. Coulson now looking to the sideline again. Changing the play here. Zion Hester, 3 receivers up to the left. Coulson now looking left immediately. He's under pressure, and the pass is complete. Receiver has the first down and is
just
not
barely
able,
enough for the first.
Just barely enough for the first there. Kobe Kavanaugh.
Yep. He did just enough to get to the chains. And
so now clock continuing to roll here. 8 minutes. Clock starting to become an issue here for the Bastrop Bears, as Eastview takes their time to get the play in. They're going to probably start milking this play clock all the way down.
Wow, if there was ever a time for a turnover, now would be it.
All right, so Colson. Hand off to Hester. Hester at the middle. And falls forward there for 7 yards. Xavier Williams on the tackle. Call that a 6-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 here. Ball now on the Bastrop 41-yard line. Hester up the middle again. Picks up 2 yards.
Still short. Another 3rd down play coming up for the Bears defense, but it's 3rd and 1. They've got to get a stop here.
Hand off to Hester, and it's close, John.
It's close.
I think he's got it.
It's going to be really close, but I think he fell forward and got it.
Yeah, Zion Hester, the Patriots just choosing to pound the ball into the middle with Zion Hester. Probably a pretty wise move there on their part.
Yeah, they're chewing clock up. There's 7 minutes, clock running now.
If you're Bastrop, you can get a stop. If you can get a 3rd and long situation or a 4th and long situation, you got to think with the leg of Reed Honstein, Patriots might decide to go ahead and try to kick it. So, we'd love to get the ball back here. So, Colson takes the snap, hands off to Hester again. Hester is bottled up there. Simeon Thompson
and
in on the
Tyron
tackle.
Smith. Yep, Tyron Smith and Simeon Thompson there. Simeon kind of came leaping over the play there to gang tackle in with Tyron Smith. So he lost a yard. That's a good result there on the 1st down carry. But that clock is still moving.
Play clock now down at 20, and we can just assume that's going to continue to roll all the way down. The play is already in. Offensive coordinator for the Patriots just keeps doing the same thing, waving his arms in the same manner. Burn the clock.
Oh, they're
Colson takes the snap, ball's up in the air, and that's going to be a pass interference.
That's pass interference. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That was an obvious one.
As obvious as the Patriots have been on their pass interference penalties, Brett Rice is not going to get away with that one.
Nope, that's unfortunate there. I don't think that pass was really going to be caught by Little. It looked like he was overthrown, but it was still a pretty obvious pass interference call.
So that's going to be automatic 1st down, and walk that one off.
15 yards there from that's going to be from the 36. So that's going to come all the way down to about the 21-yard line.
So with 6 minutes to go here, that might be the backbreaker that the Bears did not need. So 6 minutes to go. Bears trailing by 8 here, 27-19.
You know, I'm not going to say anything to the officials, but they only marked that off 10 yards.
Yeah. All right, so Colson takes a snap, hands off to Hester. Hester pounds it forward to the original line of scrimmage.
Tyron Smith again in on the tackle from the linebacker position.
Tyron Smith starting to come awake now.
He didn't get much positive yardage there.
So clock continuing to roll here. 5:41 to go now in the contest. Colson with Hester in the backfield with him. Trying to draw the Bears off sides.
They're going to let that play clock roll down. It's down to 10 now.
Okay, offensive coordinator. I think he knows what to do. Burn the clock. So Colson takes a snap. He's rolling right. There's a flag on the play.
You're going to get Eastview with a false start. Yep, they're pointing back in that direction. The Bears were showing blitz, and that made an offensive lineman for Eastview jump, and so that stops the clock now with 5:13. Backs Eastview up 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
So clock rolling now again. 5:05 to go here in the 4th quarter. Bears trail by 8. Desperate times here for Bastrop. Defense needing a stop. Colson takes a snap. He's looking left again. Pump fake. He's under pressure now.
And he is smashed right before he gets rid of it. I mean,
tackle
Tyron
there.
Smith was just bearing down on him. Oh, my goodness. He smashed Colson. Colson, I don't know how he got rid of the ball before Smith met him there in the backfield, but he did. And he was a little slow to get up.
You know, Colson only has 1 interception this year. I saw in the statistics. So
yeah, he's been taking care of the ball for Eastview so far this season.
So Eastview with 4 receivers now on the right side. Colson takes a snap on 3rd and 15. He's looking left for that single coverage. Oh, hell, that was in and out of the hands of Devon Little.
Yep.
You knew where it was going the whole time.
Yeah, they had 4 receivers in a little diamond shape out to the right side. Devon Little by himself on the left side to try to create a little confusion. They had double coverage, the Bears did, and Devon Little had his hands on it but could not haul it in. So it's 4th down, and here comes the punt team. You got to hope for the Bears that this ball goes out of the back of the end zone.
John, I think they're going to go for a field goal.
Oh, my goodness, they're lining up for a field goal. Robert, this is a 49-yarder.
I think that's easy for Honstein.
He didn't get it. He's short.
Didn't get it.
He did short. It's short. It wasn't on line either. It was short to the right. Uh-oh, there's a flag.
Of course there is.
What's the flag?
Holding.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. Running into the kicker.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't see. I didn't see it.
Wow, I didn't see it either. I'd love to see a replay of that.
And you got to wonder too, with the way that Honstein has been kicking the ball. A 49-yarder is nothing for that guy. I got to wonder if the Bears didn't get a hand on that, which would have negated that penalty. Coach Patman is out on the field asking just what the heck is going on here. Unreal.
Well, Patman's still jawing at the official. He's dejected, not ejected, dejected. Just kind of throwing his hands up into the air to the official saying, you know what, you tell me which number of my guy ran into that kicker.
Yeah, so now 4:35, and now Eastview has the ball on the Bear 12-yard line. Hester in the Wildcat formation and just runs it up the middle. Picks up 5 yards or so.
There's a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, usually at the area where we have holding. They've got him for a false start. That's okay. Take that. Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield.
Yeah, Bastrop getting the small penalties, but not the big ones, and and definitely not getting the calls going our way on some of these larger, definite pass interference calls. So it's just been a tough night for Bastrop in terms of getting, like I said, some of the false start penalties are coming their way, but not the big stuff. That roughing the kicker was that's a backbreaker right there. So clock now continuing to run here at 4:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Colson takes the ball, hands it off to Hester. Hester picks up 3 or 4 yards.
Good tackle there by, what was that, number 10, Xavier Williams on the tackle.
Patriots definitely now in more of a definitely makeable situation for Reed Honstein. All they need to do is kick this and to make this a 2-score game. About time for Bastrop to start sticking those hands in there and try to strip that ball away.
Well, it's also about time to start thinking about using timeouts because Eastview's in no hurry. They got the play clock down to 10 with 3:40 on the clock and the clock moving. Now they're getting up back to the line.
So Colson takes a snap, hands off to Hester, as we suspected, and Hester is driven back.
Timeout, Coach. Call the timeout.
So Xavier Williams there on the tackle. Drives him back. Going to bring up third. Looks like about 16 yards here.
Yep, clock is still moving. Did not call the timeout.
So 3:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eastview is not. Well, I was going to say, are they? It looks like they're about to snap it with 18 to go on the play clock. Now there's 10 to go. Like I said, we're assuming they're going to go ahead and milk that thing all the way down. So Colson takes a snap, looking to pass. He's under pressure. Passes in and out of the hands.
Don't hit that guy after he dropped it.
Don't even look at him. You'll get a flag thrown on you. So Carlos Ochoa drops it. Got to bring up 4th down.
And they're going to kick it again.
Reed Honstein is going to come on now for a much more going to get another shot at this, now from the middle of the field instead of the left hash.
So it's going to be a 40-yarder here instead of the 49-yarder that he tried. Don't run into him after he kicks it.
Don't look at him. Don't breathe on him. 2:43 to go here in the contest for the ball game. The kick is up. And this time, just like Eastview wanted it, it's good. So 30-19, Eastview takes the lead with 2:39 to go here in the contest. You're listening to Bear Football, KMAX Sports.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org. KMAX Sports is on Twitter. Get up-to-date scores and more on your computer and on the go with your smartphone. It's fast and easy. Just follow us at KMAX Sports.
$2:39 to go here in the contest. Bastrop now down 30-19. Gonna need a quick score here on this kickoff return. An offensive drive if we have one. Things have got to happen fast here for Bastrop in order to get a chance for an onside kick. Take the lead in this game. Flores, Giles, Tidwell back deep to receive. Kick is up. And Keelan Hodge got it. Tries to get around the end. He's got some room now. To the 30, to the 40. Just the kicker to beat, and he doesn't beat him. Reed Honstein with a huge tackle.
Big open field tackle by the kicker, Reed Honstein, to save a touchdown, really.
Reed Honstein also, I've seen him jump in at right corner there a few times on the Eastview defense. So when you say only the kicker to beat, it's a lot easier said than done with him there. Ball, though, on the 49-yard line with 2:29 to go for the Bastrop Bears. Bastrop still has some life with them. Desmond Young in at quarterback.
They're going to have to find some offense quick.
So Young takes a snap. He's looking to pass. Got a man downfield being interfered with.
He caught it.
And he caught it. Chris Henderson comes up with it. Had a defensive back draped all over him, and I guess that's just going to be what you have to do here. With a guy hanging on your back, you're just going to have to be able to catch it in that sort of track because you are not going to get the call tonight. So Young takes a snap. Got a man open. Pass is complete to Cole Tidwell. Tidwell's got the ball down to the 5.
Touchdown Bears. 2 plays. Touchdown. Wow. Tidwell caught that ball in traffic, started looking for the right pylon, found it. That is a quick touchdown with 2:06 to go.
No flags on the play. I'm looking. Holding my breath.
You got to go for 2 here, so you're down 5. The score is 30-25. Bears are going to go for 2. Try to make it a 3-point game.
All right, so Desmond Young. 2 receivers off to either side, and Jaquay Cretin in the backfield with him, going for 2. Takes a snap. Now he's looking to pass. Young running, trying to make it happen with his feet. Puts it up in the end zone. And the pass is no good. So the conversion fails. Bears are down now by 5 with 2:06 to go. We've got an onside kick here coming our way. So against all odds, the Bears come down, score in 2 plays.
Well, and that was set up by a really good kick return. Keelan Hodge, a really nice kick return there. Fielded it kind of from an up-back position. Eastview elected to kick it short, and Hodge brought it all the way back to the 50-yard line. 2 pass plays. First one to Chris Henderson for about 30 yards, and then the second one to Cole Tidwell. Tidwell finds the right pylon in the end zone, and you got a 5-point game with 2:06 to go. Hands team out on the field for Bastrop, who will look to onside kick this.
All right, so, man, love to get this one here. John, that just about make my day if we got this onside kick.
Yeah, that would certainly make the end of this game quite exciting.
All right, so Carlos Martinez, junior kicker for the Bears, to try the onside kick. Clips the top of it. It's a chip. And not exactly what we were looking for.
Nope. It was
right into the waiting arms there of Jordan Espinoza.
Yeah, Espinoza just, I think he called fair catch.
Yeah, just called a fair catch.
And it went right there to him. And, you know, there's still 2 timeouts for the Bears. They can stop the clock a couple times. So it's potential that they could still get this ball back.
Ball's going to be on the Eastview Patriot 47-yard line. 2:06 to go. Bears trail by 5. Jackson Colson, quarterback for the Patriots, takes the snap, hands it off to Zion Hester. We're going to be saying that for a few times. Hester barrels forward for 2 yards, maybe 3.
Bastrop not stopping the clock here. They're going to actually, now they are.
Maybe 5. That's the kind of running back Hester is. You know, he's pretty tall. He's a lot taller than he looks. When you get down on the field and you're standing next to him, he's a lot taller than he looks like than he does up here. And he's just kind of a tall, lean running back in that kind of Eric Dickerson style. And, you know, he falls forward and you think he only picked up a couple yards, and lo and behold, boom, 5 yards just like that. So 2nd and 5 there now for the Eastview Patriots. Bastrop's going to have to get him at the point of attack before he can get any steam up.
Yep, so 1 timeout left for the Bears. If Eastview makes a first down, this game's over.
All right, so Colson takes the snap, hands off to Hester. Hester is bottled up, but he gets away, and Simeon Thompson sacks him there. I shouldn't say sack. He wasn't the quarterback, but Simeon Thompson not giving up on the play. Hester kind of gave him the stiff arm down to the ground, but Thompson able to wrap him up. Thompson just having one of these great years. Him and Zevin Burnett just doing an excellent job there at the defensive end positions.
So last time out there used by Bastrop. Minute 48 on the clock.
Get a stop here.
Wow, I would love to see Bastrop with the ball back. You know, you got to think that if they can get a stop here, that they'll get the ball back with about a minute left on the clock after Eastview would punt it. And I don't think Eastview would try a pass here. I'm not certain. You know, you never know. Devon Little, I'd be, I don't know, triple teaming that guy maybe.
Yeah, that's the game you've got to play. Do you double team Devon
Little?
Little
or direct snap it to Hester, and that is a false start penalty on Eastview, number 50. That was Drake Rodriguez, the senior guard. He started about 3 beats too early there, so 3rd and much longer now. I don't know if that changes the play call for Eastview. I still don't think Eastview is going to put it in the air.
No, I think what they're going to do is, well, I really don't know what they're going to do, because right when I say I think they're going to hand it off to Hester, he's going to try to get to the outside perhaps. That's about the time. They've just had almost 100% success going to Devon Little tonight. Even when you know it's coming, they go to him. So we'll see what happens. Snap to Hester. Hester up the middle. He's got some room and big lick there.
He helicoptered in, but he only picked up about 6 yards. So they're going to run clock. They can get this all the way down to the 1 minute mark.
It was Robert Spurlock there on the tackle. Spurlock comes through and lays a nice lick on him, but Spurlock is kind of down on his knee there.
Clock stops now for training staff to get out on the field and come check on Spurlock. Hopefully everything's all right with Spurlock. Spurlock's walking off on his own power. There's going to be some run off of the clock there after that, though.
So, keep an eye on the clock. See if the home cooking continues.
So the Bears are going to get the ball back. Nathan Blair is going to come back to about his own 10-yard line.
I would imagine right now Patman is telling his punt team, stay away from the punter. Whatever you do, stay away from him. Don't look at him.
Yep.
I don't know, though. I mean, you got to wonder, do you maybe perhaps go for the block here?
Yeah, Honstein's going to come out. What we need is that first punt that we saw the night from Honstein where he shanked it, kicked it about 10 yards. Would love to see that happen again.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see a snap right over his head.
That would be fine as well.
So Honstein's going to field this on his own 35-yard line with 1:17 to go. Bears trailing by 5.
We got the linesman coming out to talk to the official. Patman on the other side of the sidelines talking to the other linesman.
All right.
Trying to get the referee to tell us what's going on here. They're getting the clock figured out after Spurlock came off. There had to be some runoff of time. All right, so they got the play clock at 22 seconds now, and now they're running the game clock. So like just we thought, about a minute left before they get this punt off.
Eastview going to go ahead and let this drain all the way down.
They might even take a timeout. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. Call a timeout there. Get that play clock. Got the game clock down to 55 seconds now for Bastrop.
All right, so they're going to kick this punt with 55 seconds left. It's going to be a long field, assuming there's not much of a return here. Cole Tidwell is back.
Actually, that's Nathan Blair.
Or Nathan Blair, excuse me, is going to be back to receive this punt. He's been standing on about his own 10. It'd kind of be fortunate if this just goes into the end zone.
So Bastrop doing a really good job, being very resilient tonight. Getting a few calls not go their way. Eastview, always tough to play here in Georgetown. Blair's going to field this punt on about his own 10 is where he's standing. I think he's going to try to catch this on the run moving forward is the plan.
All right. So
get a little bit of momentum.
Like you said, a punt over or a snap over the punter's head would be pretty nice right now.
Let's do it.
We could dial that up. That'd be nice.
Snap is back, and it's good. It's a nice punt there. Bounces up, and Bastrop will start there on the Bastrop 15-yard line. 85 yards to glory.
All right, you got less than a minute, no timeouts left, and you need 85 yards. It's not impossible.
Well, we saw Bastrop go 50 yards 51 yards in two plays.
In 2 plays.
So
you got time to maybe make it 4 plays and go 85 yards. Desmond Young coming out on the field. I'm guessing, well, no, he's got Cretan in the backfield with him. I was going to say I'm guessing they're going with an empty backfield, but they're not.
All right, so Young takes a snap, looking to pass, under pressure. Screen pass to Cretan. Cretan's got some space. And just is not able to get away. Picks up 5 yards. Bastrop needs to get up to the line quickly.
30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds on the clock. Ball is set. Young needs to get up. Snap to Young. Looking downfield.
Plenty of time.
Under pressure. He's got 2 in his face.
Just get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. First down, Young. So 15 seconds now to go here in the fourth quarter. Bears trail by 5. Whew.
Yeah,
Lordy.
Up to the 30, so now you got 70 yards to go.
70 yards to go with 15 seconds.
You got to get the ball down the field on this play and get out of bounds, spike it, something like that, stop the clock. But you got to pick up a big chunk here, so you got a chance.
Donovan Strong in single coverage here on our left side. Young takes a snap, looks for Strong. Actually, he overthrows Blair.
Nathan Blair was open in the middle of the field. 11 seconds left. There's a flag. I'm not sure. Defensive holding. I see one of the defensive backs throwing his arms up in the air like, hey, what did I do? Talking to the referee, going back to pick up his flag. That's number 32, Mark Rodriguez. So defensive holding's a 15-yarder. Oh, I guess a 10-yarder.
So 11 seconds to go here.
Yeah.
Got maybe 1, maybe 2 shots to get the score.
Oh, my gosh. What are they doing? Just throw it away.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what happened on that play, John.
They snapped it to Young. Young wasn't ready for the snap. I don't think anybody was ready for the snap.
The center just walked up and snapped the ball. Everybody was looking to the sideline.
Wow. 7 seconds now. You really only got time to get a pass play.
They're going to call
false start, yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. At least they put 4 seconds back on the clock. The center doesn't need to be as anxious to snap it as he was. That's Jude Dennis. Plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds.
All right, so Young standing on his own 30-yard line, looking downfield, under pressure.
Got to throw it. Got to throw it.
Oh, almost hits Creighton at the 40-yard line, but just overthrows him. And Bastrop's down to their final play of the game, barring a defensive penalty.
Yeah, this is the time for the old hook and ladder.
So Bastrop down 30-25 here, facing their first loss in district, unless they can score on this play. Desmond Young, the junior quarterback. Ball on the Bastrop 35-yard line. Tidwell in motion. Play clock down to 4. Young takes a snap. Last play of the game. He's running. He's going to try to run it. Looking for a block.
Lateral it. No,
laterals it.
He forward.
Ball's still alive. Henderson still got it. They haven't called the play dead.
Yeah, they did. They called the forward pass on Young. After he tried to lateral it, he threw it forward, and that was the last play of the game.
Ball game. Eastview Patriots. We're going to win this one 30-25. So Eastview will get a district victory here. Bastrop is going to get their first loss of the district season, second loss of the year. Bastrop loses 30-25. We'll take a quick break here. You've been listening to KMAX Sports, the Vype Media Network.
Bastrop Bears football on KMAX Sports is proudly sponsored by the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club, with the support of parents, volunteers, and great local businesses that take pride in their community, as well as help from great fans just like you. Your combined donations, contributions, and continued support help keep the Bear tradition alive. Find out more about the Bastrop Bears Touchdown Club and what you can do at bastropbears.org.
Purchase a copy of this or any KMAC broadcast for personal use, and portions of the proceeds go to your school. Whether you're making a highlight video or just want to be able to enjoy this game years in the future, send us a note to info@kmacsports.com. That's info@kmacsports.com. We can even do some editing for you for a small fee. Purchase any broadcast for personal use. Hit us up. info@kmacsports.com. Bringing your teams and your highlights to you. We are KMAC Sports.
Bastrop Bear football on KMAX Sports. Bastrop falling 30-25 to the Eastview Patriots. Bastrop managing to get a couple of scores there in the second half. Jaquay Cretan 1-yard touchdown run in the second half brought the Bears to 20-13, and then Cole Tidwell was also able to get a score. But the big backbreaker for the Bears was a 87-yard touchdown by Isaiah Quinton Jackson, and that is the difference in the ball game, really, as Eastview is going to continue their dominance over the Bastrop Bears. And you got to feel like, John, this is one that got away from us because I would have to say we look like the better team tonight.
Yeah, I thought so. I'd be interested to see what the stat sheet looks like, but my guess is the Bears outgained Eastview. Bears defense played well all night. One of the touchdowns they gave up was a kickoff return, like Robert mentioned. That was a big play in this game. The Zion Hester 99-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7 was another big play in this game. But other than that, the Bears, in my opinion, outplayed Eastview, kept Zion Hester bottled up all night. Bears did miss a field goal, also missed 2 extra points. That comes out to 5 points, and the difference in this ball game was 5 points. So
yeah, and I also
those mistakes hurt.
I also think that fourth and goal from about the 6-inch line, not able to punch that in. We actually had had 4 downs to get 8 yards to get the score there in the first half. So that was definitely another one that I think was a tough one. That you just feel like the Bears just had some opportunities, couldn't capitalize on them. We just, like you were saying earlier, we just made more mistakes. That was just going to be the difference in the ball game. You're never going to get any help up here in Williamson County from the crowd or the officials or anybody. You're going to have to fight for everything. And if you make too many mistakes, you're going to be walking out of here with a loss. So unfortunate for the Bears, and it sucks to lose to these guys. It always does. But that said, Bears are still 2-1 in district. Got Marble Falls next week, and so we'll be looking to get back on track against those guys. Marble Falls falling tonight to Brenham, 41-21. That's the other one. Also, Glenn is going to remain the only unbeaten team in district. Leander Glenn with a 34-10 victory over Cedar Creek there at Memorial Stadium. And so Glenn will have sole possession of first place now. And so let's see. That leaves a whole bunch of teams at 2-1 now. Bastrop will be 2-1. Eastview will be 2-1. Elgin is 2-1. Brenham, I believe, is also 2-1. And Glenn will be 3-0. Marble Falls, I believe, will fall to 1-2. Does that sound right? I believe.
Or is Marble Falls now 0-3 along with Pflugerville Weiss?
I believe Marble Falls is 0-3 as well. So.
Okay, look at the upcoming schedule here for the Bears. Like Robert mentioned, next week is homecoming back at the friendly confines of Bastrop ISD Memorial Stadium. That is a 7:30 kickoff. We'll go live at 7:15 with our pregame, so that's next week. After that, Robert and I take a little bit of a road trip, going to Brenham on October 26th. That's also a 7:30 kick. But we'll be at Cub Stadium in Brenham on the 26th. Then on the road again at Elgin on November 2nd, Wildcat Stadium in Elgin for that one. And then the last game of the season is Leander Glenn at home back at Bastrop Memorial. Bears at 2-1. Looking at their remaining schedule, they've got 2 games that they should absolutely win. That's Marble Falls and Elgin. And then 2 games that are going to be absolutely tough, Brenham and Glenn. So could be interesting down the stretch here. You feel like you still got a really good shot at a playoff seat coming out of this district with a 2-1 record. If you can finish up 4-3, I think you're in on the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely, and like we were talking about before the season, though, John, I think now every game counts. Your big goal is to try not only just to make the playoffs, but you want to get a playoff win. That's a big deal in this day and age. You get if you can get a win, you can start to roll, and you never know, man. You can get past that first round win, and you can perhaps get 3, maybe 4 wins and just make a nice little run there in the playoffs. You got to think about playoff positioning. If you end up in the 4th place in this district, it's looking now like just how the other district is shaking out. You might be taking a trip to Kerrville-Tivy, which they're always going to be tough, as you know. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting, definitely. Marble Falls next week. Let's hope that the Bastrop Bears can get a win on there. And it is homecoming week. It's a big week for the Bears. Marble Falls, big passing attack, and something else is going to happen next week. It's going to get cold. We're going to be about 45 degrees and rainy for a better part of the week. So we should kind of start to see things change around here and start to look more like fall football weather here mid-October in Central Texas.
All right, so that does it for tonight. Again, your score is Georgetown Eastview Patriots 30, Bastrop Bears 25. Bears record is now 4-2 overall in the season, 2-1 in district. Tied for second place with a whole bunch of other teams in this District 13 5A Division II. Last 4 weeks is going to determine a lot for the way the Bears season is going to go. But again, we will be live back at Bastrop Memorial ISD Stadium at 7:15 next week against Marble Falls for homecoming. Kickoff is at 7:30. We sure appreciate you joining us tonight. And Robert, anything else to add?
Nope. Y'all have a safe weekend. We'll see you next week at Memorial Stadium. Good night now.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, Texas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.